tonight in beautiful Tomahawk Stadium. Hello fans, I'm Steve Rieger alongside Rob Guy, and we'll be bringing you the game right here on the Indian Hill Television Network. We've got a classic push comes to shove matchup here tonight, fans, with Reading's suddenly hot offense versus Indian Hill's tremendous defense. Reading, with quarterback Tony Pike healthy again after an early season shoulder separation, shredded Wyoming for a 421 passing yards and a 42-12 upset win last week. Indian Hill's defense has allowed only 38 points all year, including 3 shutouts. Indian Hill's defense has stonewalled all comers with a 17-14 loss to Purcell in week 2, and its offense has come around lately. Reading's defense gets overshadowed by its spread offense, but the Blue Devils defense has allowed only 24 total points the past 2 weeks. The better defensive team should win the game tonight, Rob.
Yeah, we have probably the league's best passing offense against the league's best running attack, and they'll be squaring off tonight in this, what should be a great game. There we go, the kick.
Reading set to receive.
Takes it about the 5-yard line. He's returning to the right side, and he's going to be met by a bunch of Braves tacklers at about the 20-yard line.
It looks like Reading's not going to start with the greatest field position in the world, but with the offense that they've got, they can move the ball downfield and move quickly.
Now the Braves defense is really anchored by their line. Their D-line is a tough customer to deal with.
The Braves have been, the last few weeks, they've been used to holding people to about 7 points. We'll see if they can manage that tonight against a tough Tony Pike at quarterback for Reading. Like Pike's going to start with one back.
They get throw to 3 receiver side with a quick shot.
And that little screen pass out to the side is just not going to be very effective against the speed that Indian Hill can put at defensive back.
Yeah, and you've got it right. The Braves are definitely a speed defense, and they really can cover from sideline to sideline. Anchored by
Looks like
senior.
Reading's going with a no-huddle offense right out of the chute.
Okay.
Pike looking downfield. He's going to throw deep right out of the chute.
Oh, and overthrows the receiver. Didn't really give him a chance to catch that one.
It's like Indian Hill very nearly picked that off. Jake Kendall was taking a dive to try and pull that thing off the ground. But Reading's coming out with a little offensive fire right at the chute, but so far they've only been able to pick up a couple of yards.
Yeah, they tried to run the receivers vertically that time and bring someone in underneath, but Kariakis was with him all the way across the field.
And once again, Reading right back to the line, ready to go.
He with that trips left.
Looking left. And we've got a completion.
He completes to his leading receiver, Adam Blevins. That's going to be his favorite target tonight. You'll see him getting the ball quite a bit.
Looks like Blevins is good for the first down.
With that quick attack, they're not really giving the Braves a chance to get to the quarterback.
It's making it tough, too, as quickly as Reading gets to the line for the Braves make any kind of defensive substitutions that they might want to make.
They're staying with their trips look.
And finally, for the first time, that Reading hands off, and he's got a big hole. First down, and he may break it.
Yeah,
finally pulled down after a large gain. John Gertz, senior running back, just explodes into Braves territory.
Yeah, he broke through that first level, and that second level just wasn't there. They were out covering the receivers, so he had clear sailing until the 30-yard line.
Well, he seemed to be hung up at the line of scrimmage, kind of bounced off his own guy, and then broke it for a huge gain. Yeah,
they're really trying to get a lot of pressure on Pike, so they've really got to watch that handoff underneath.
And just like that, after a little bit of a slow start, Reading's inside the Indian Hill 30, already in field goal range, looking to put 7 up early.
Yeah, they're trying to take the Braves D-line out of the game here by not giving them a chance to get to the quarterback.
See if the Braves can stiffen their defense here and keep Reading out of the red zone on this first drive. Pike's looking to throw again, and he's got a man.
Adam Blevins again. He is definitely his favorite receiver.
It's like Blevins is going to be an inviting target all night long for Pike.
Yeah, he's a favorite of his. He's been hitting him all season long. And if the Braves D-line can't get into Pike, this is really going to cause some trouble for the Braves.
Seems like at this point, Reading's been able to do just about whatever on offense they've wanted. Braves still trying to find a solution to those 3 wide receivers they keep throwing on opposite sides of the ball.
All right, Sean.
And I thought we were going to get a flag on that, and I think
we
we're going to have defensive pass interference. Looked like the receiver got there just a bit before the ball.
Yeah, Sean Otto got there a little too quick on that one.
And Sean was looking to maybe make the pick, but I think he got a little bit too much of the receiver. The Braves are going to get nailed for pass interference.
should be an automatic first down here.
And that's the call. Just like that, Reading's got the ball at the Indian Hill 16. They're looking to put 6 on the board in this opening drive that so far has lasted only a minute and a half. They've moved the ball well, and moved the ball quickly.
Yeah, they're really got to tighten the chin straps here on the 15-yard line. Another pass or handoff underneath.
And this time John Gertz is not able to get the kind of yardage he got on the first handoff. Almost the exact same play, got hung up at the line of scrimmage. This time he was not able to bounce it into the middle for that large gain that we saw earlier in the quarter.
Yeah, and what you're going to see anytime there's a tackle, you're definitely going to see Bobby Schmidt around the ball. He's going to want to make the tackle there, and we'll see him all night.
And they're running to Gertz. Essentially, they're just trying to keep the Braves defense honest. They're running to set the pass rather than passing to set the run. And once again, Pike looking to throw. Got some pressure this time.
Look for the screen.
Dumps to Gertz. I think they're trying to get the ball to Gertz any way they can, and he may be short.
The original line of scrimmage, Zach.
He's a little short of the line.
Zach Reckman got him on that one, caught him from behind. He didn't have a chance to get up to full speed there.
And the Braves defense is starting to stiffen, and Reading's facing a 3rd and long.
You can see the Braves are starting to get into the flow of the game there. Their defense is set and ready to go when the Devils take the field there.
Well, now that the defense is a little bunched up here in the red zone, maybe the Braves will be able to offset some of the Reading speed at wide receiver. Fake to Gertz. Pike looking to throw, and Pike will go down.
Matt Feigelson, hands up in the air, he comes in and he'll put Pike down.
And Todd Topics there to help finish off. Feigelson put the early pressure on, and Todd Topics just landed all over Pike, driving them well back from the original line of scrimmage. And Reading's going to be looking at a long 4th down, probably out of field goal range now.
Yeah, with football I've seen this fall, the Braves defensive line is tough. I mean, if you just look at their top 4 tacklers, 2 of them are defensive linemen with Todd Topics and Zach Reckman. So that's one heck of a defensive line.
And it looks like the Reading's going to go ahead and try and convert this 4th and 23, figuring they're not going to gain anything by punting at this point of the field. And Pike looking deep. He's got a receiver.
Touchdown.
And they convert on a 4th and 23 for a Reading touchdown. Pike hooking up with Kevin Jones.
Yeah, he just got it. I'll tell you what, he just got a step on his man, and he was able to put the ball right where it had to be for Blevins to come down with that reception.
What, the defense finally gets Reading in a position they want, and they convert a 4th and 23. The long pass just blew right by the defender.
All right, PAT is good.
PAT is good, just like that. Inside of 5 minutes, Reading's on the board, 7-0. Braves will get the ball. Coverage of tonight's game on the Indian Hill Television Network is a presentation of the Indian Hill High School Video Department. The Video Department provides the community with educational and school-focused programming through the facilities of the ICRC. Rob, it looks like the Braves are going to have to try and reclaim some momentum and get some positive yardage on their first drive as they're already down 7-0.
And this really isn't playing into their kind of a football game. They're more of a rushing team. They do throw the ball around a little bit, but definitely you're going to have to see Cole Cousineau carry the ball quite a bit tonight.
And at times this year, while the Braves' defense has been that good, they've really struggled to score some points. They definitely don't want to get in a scoring contest with Reading tonight. They prefer a lower scoring game than trying to have to score into the 30s or even into the 40s to try and compete with this high-powered Reading offense.
And you've got, in the middle deep, you've got Kariakis in the middle. Case Cousineau on his right side, and that is McCall on his left.
That last drive for Reading took 3.5 minutes off the clock. Indian Hill set to receive the kickoff.
Their deep men are set up at about the 10 and the 5. They're expecting them to have a pretty good leg here.
See if Dave Kariakis can run this back to about midfield and get the Braves started some good.
Get it to 6. He's coming up behind his
wedge.
wedge.
20, 25, 30. Out beyond the 30, Dave Kariakis gets the Braves off to a good start. About a 20-yard return. And the Braves will start at about the 32-yard line.
Looks like James Young took him down on the play for the Reading Blue Devils. And they'll be starting at the 31-yard line, 1st and 10. We'll see what Coach Seipel has for him.
The Reading defense has really improved the last few weeks. It doesn't get as much attention due to the high-powered nature of the offense. Interesting to see how they can compete with the speed and power of the Indian Hill offense. Cole Cousineau under center. And it seems to be a broken play right at the shoot. Cousineau barely able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Looked like he wanted to hand the ball off, and there was nobody home.
Yeah, it looks like they had the double fake to both backs, and he was trying to run the option around the right side there and just had nowhere to go.
Well, the option he pursued was right into the ground. Reading stalled on the first 2 plays of their opening drive and ended up coming all the way down the field, converting a 4th and 23 for a touchdown. Maybe the Braves are going to take a little while to get their offensive engine running as well.
Got Brandon Davis lined up behind Bobby Schmidt.
See John Brown wide to the right. And the Braves are going to run the roll right back up the middle again for about 2-3 yards, almost out to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, Cole Cousineau just tucked up right behind Bobby Schmidt, and he was able to get a few yards on that one. Looks like about a gain of 4.
With the way that the Braves run their offense with this very slow and deliberate, taking a few yards at a time, they're going to have a hard time keeping up if Reading is able to just tear off chunks of yardage like they were in that first drive.
Yeah, the Braves really need to control the ball here. They don't want the hands in Pike, or the ball in the hands of Pike very much tonight.
All right, well, right from the start, the Braves are facing a 3rd and 7 in their own territory, trying to keep this opening drive alive. Cousineau's going to throw. He's got a man, and it looks like he's overthrown him, but we've got a flag on the play.
Looks like it might be a holding on the Reading defense there.
Yeah, Cousineau seemed to overthrow the receiver by a good 5-6 yards, but we do have a flag on the play, and it looks like it's going to be holding on the part of the defensive backfield of Reading.
Yeah, Coach Seibel took a chance there on 3rd down to air the ball out, and Murphy just couldn't get to the ball because I think it was held up on the way.
Well, and the Braves are going to have to open up their offense a little bit tonight if they hope to keep up with the kind of points that Tony Pike is going to throw up on the board. But with that penalty, the Braves will get the automatic 1st down. And as the referees get ready to move the chains, the Reading defense congregates at about midfield. The Braves come to the line.
They're in the I position again. Brandon Davis deep back. And it's going to be to Davis.
And again, tough yards up the middle for the Braves running attack. That Reading defense doesn't get a lot of credit, but they're doing a heck of a job of keeping that middle blocked against the Braves running attack.
Yeah, he was swamped right at the line of scrimmage with no gain on that one.
Well, I think the Reading plan tonight is they're going to force Cousineau to throw the ball. They're going to put as many men in the box as they can, try and prevent any kind of run offense from the Braves, and force them into a passing attack.
Got split backs. Got a slot right. He's going to go in motion. Hand underneath Brandon Davis, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
The Braves are just going to have to open that offense up. Very tough going right up the middle. McCaw going in motion did not throw off the Reading defense at all.
Yeah, Carpenter stopped him right at the line of scrimmage, and I got a feeling we're going to see Carpenter quite a bit tonight.
Clock continues to run. We're about the halfway mark of the first quarter, down to about 6 minutes. The Braves are looking at another 3rd down conversion. They converted their first 3rd down on a penalty by Reading, facing a 3rd and 10, just short of midfield.
They're back into the I. Cole Cousineau is going under center. We got a split. We have Feigleson split wide to the left, and we have Twin to the right. He drops back.
Cousineau fakes. Cousineau does hand off.
Davis makes a few moves, and he's able to get at least 6 yards on the play.
For just a second, it looked like Brandon Davis was going to break that thing and get the 1st down. It was a slowly developed play. Well, once it got rolling, Brandon Davis had a nice run, but he is going to be short. The Braves are looking at a 4th and 3. And unlike Reading, they're not going to try and convert that. Different field position, different situation here. And the Braves are going to elect a punt, try and win the battle of field position here against Reading.
Yeah, they're going to give the ball to Minturn and let him try to pin him back deep. And he's definitely got the leg to do it. We'll see what he does here.
And Minturn's having a nice season so far.
Snap. He's got it, a little bobble, but he's able to get it off. It's a high
And he's got great hang time on that. Looks like the ball's going to drop within the, it's going to roll all the way down, takes a Braves roll, rolls all the way down inside the 10-yard line of Reading, pinning the Blue Devils back deep in their own territory.
Yeah, you've got to like that for the Braves. Nice roll, gets them down inside the 10-yard line where the defense might be able to get a good start here. See if that defensive line's able to put some pressure on them here.
A great opportunity for the defense here to try and get a turnover, put a little pressure on Pike, make him make a mistake, maybe take it back in for a score that would knot things up here. In any event, Reading is looking at 90 yards of real estate ahead of them if they want to put another score on the board.
Brave defense, they're broke in the huddle and they're ready to go. We got trips left again and one split right. So movement by the Braves line.
Pike back in the shotgun. And just as the Braves are finding tough yardage up the middle, so does Reading now.
Yeah, Todd Topic is just all over the Reading running back on that one with Matt Feigelson right there to help him out.
Both of these defenses are pretty accomplished. There's not going to be a lot of easy running right off tackle right up the middle tonight.
Yeah, Todd's got over 70 tackles for the season. He's really done a great job playing that defensive line position. We got trips left again with
Looks
the split.
like Pike's going to stay in the shotgun for the bulk of the game tonight. And he fakes once. He's got a man.
Oh! John Brown nearly with the pick.
That was the turnover we were looking for. John Brown had it, was right in his hands, and he dropped the ball.
Yeah, Chris Connor, big receiver running down the middle of the field, running the post, and Pike overthrows it just a little bit. John Brown was there for the ball, but just couldn't hold on to it.
You're not kidding when you say big receiver for Connor. Looks like a linebacker running down the middle of the field trying to catch that. And now Reading facing a 3rd and 10 deep in their own territory. They don't want to make a mistake here, turn the ball over to the Braves and let them get an easy score. Pike back in the shotgun. Pike looks to throw.
Oh.
And hopefully we'll not draw a flag on that. And no, there is not. Good defensive coverage by the Braves.
Sean Otto was all over Nick Berter on that one, and he was not able to come up with the ball.
Sean, of course, having made that pivotal penalty earlier in the Reading drive that got them their one score. Reading looking to punt from deep in their own end zone.
You got dangerous returner in Cole Kuzno and a dangerous young returner in Kariakis. They split at the last moment. They kick it to Cole's side, but he's not going to be able to handle the ball.
And the ball takes a Braves bounce back out of bounds. The Braves are going to start with great field position just outside of the Reading 30. Ball looks to be on about the 31, 32-yard line. Let's see if the Braves can use that short field as an opportunity to knot this game up at 7.
Yeah, we'll see how early Coach Seipel goes to a steady diet of Cole Kuzno at the Blue Devils. Murphy runs the play in from the sideline.
Clock continues to roll. We're down inside of 4 minutes in the first quarter. It is homecoming here at Tomahawk Stadium, and the fans are fired up for this match of CHL leaders.
Kuzno under center. He takes the ball.
Tough
Beautiful
yards.
rise of fullback. He's still going. He's going to have about 11-yard pickup on that one. He gives a fake up the middle to Bobby Schmidt and then pulls the ball, tucks in behind him, and makes some great moves to get that 11 yards.
Fake. Half of the Reading defense congregate around Bobby Schmidt. Looked like he had the ball all the way. Kuzno hid that ball in his hip and took it for strong yards.
Tell you what, when you're an option quarterback and you have a fullback like Bobby Schmidt, it's a great weapon because they have to respect him. And once you pull the ball, you know, they got to react to you, and you usually got some yards, especially with Cole Kuzno grabbing the ball.
Well, that's the first down that the Braves have converted on their own. Their only other first down of the evening was the result of a Reading penalty for holding. Kuzno this time does hand off to Schmidt, and that's going nowhere.
Yeah, they try to spread the Blue Devils out on that one with the one back and try to get them so that they couldn't attack Bobby Schmidt, but he was taken down at the line of scrimmage. Braves
are just inside the Reading red zone. Ball right around the 19.5-yard line, and the Braves are going to be facing a 2nd and 12 as Schmidt lost 2 yards on the carry.
Yeah, Sean Murphy and McCall split right, and Matt Feigelson, tight end, split out to the left. We got I formation. Brandon Davis, the deep back.
Kuzno
Snap,
surveys the defense. He's still got the ball. Kuzno out to the right. And just past the original line of scrimmage, Kuzno picks up a couple of tough yards. Looked like he had an opening there, but that fast Reading defense closed quickly on the right side.
Yeah, he was trying to do that fullback ride, and just nothing there for him.
So the Braves are facing a 3rd and 7. They're well within field goal range. They really want to get this score here and knot things up at 7. They do not want to give the ball right back to Reading down 7-3.
Yeah, Zummy Zanders now in the game. That's always a concern for a defense because you never know when he's going to get the ball and throw it back to Cole Kuzno. Pulls under center in the I formation. Fakes the, they
got
have
a
the
double
tight end around. Matt Feigelson.
And Feigelson driven out of bounds on the right side. Looks to be short of the first down.
Yeah, it just seems he picks up a yard or two on that one. Just nothing there for Feigelson.
Just no daylight on that side as the Reading defense drove him straight out of bounds.
We're going to have 4th and about 5. We're going to see what Coach Seipel's going to do. They run out Zach Minturn.
And it looks like the Braves will elect to try and get the field goal, get on the board, and get their first score of the night.
It's going to be about a 31-yarder for Zach Minturn. Shouldn't be a tough task for him. We'll see if he can hit this angle or not.
Minturn pretty proficient at this end.
The snap, the set, and it looks like it's going to be good.
Kick looks good.
Oh, no good.
Oh, and
wide
called
right.
No good.
You don't see it a lot out of Zach
Wow.
Minturn. That was a tight. It would just missed if it missed.
Definitely had the distance, but he was off to the side, and after all that, the Braves come up empty. Score, still Reading 7, Indian Hill 0, with just over 2 minutes left, first quarter, and this homecoming crowd is a little bit stunned. And I think the crowd thought that that was good from our vantage point as well.
Obviously, we're off to the side. They have a better view than we have, but it certainly from here looked pretty good.
Well, the men in the black and white shirts, they're the ones that count, and in their opinion, the kick was no good. Ball back over to Reading, but once again, Reading pinned deep in their own territory. Their average starting position has been well short of the 20-yard line.
Snap the ball to Pike. Little speed option.
All that little shovel pass a la Brett Favre.
Yeah, and Zach Minturn nearly picked that one off. He was right there, but just barely able to get the pitch off, and he's able to get it back to the original line of scrimmage. Actually picks up 2 yards on the play.
And Tony Pike not averse to taking chances like that. He's very creative at the quarterback position, and that goes for short yardage as Reading is facing a 2nd and 8.
And looks like we're going to get a steady diet of this trips and split.
And the Braves still have not figured out how to control this series of options of Tony Pike.
John Barber on the catch on that, number 27. He's going to be able to advance the ball. It looks like for about a 6-7 yard gain on that.
And Barber tried to break a few tackles as the officials try to get the Braves to move back off of the sideline. Barber seemed to have one broken tackle. And if we take a look on replay, you can see the ball goes out to Barber, breaks one tackle, and takes 2 other defenders to bring him down.
And David Kariakis will take him down on the play.
Brandon Hammer was there with the first contact and was unable to make the tackle.
Snap the set. He throws. He's taken down by Cole Kuzno, but not until he's able to get the first down.
Pike converts another first down. These quick hitters, very much like the West Coast offense, short passes that are being thrown so quickly that the Braves defense is not able to even get set in position.
Yeah, and that's just something the Blue Devils are going to have to do. So that way they can neutralize that defensive line of the Braves because they are so strong.
Well, they keep doing it. You just never know when Reading is going to break one of those for a long gainer. Back first down for Reading. And a huge hole open off to the side.
Joey Fletcher on the carry. He's going to take the ball to what it looks like the 36-yard line of the Braves.
Joey Fletcher saw a hole you could drive a truck through in the Braves defensive line, and he took it for a huge gain.
Yeah, Jake Kendall playing the safety spot was, as soon as he saw it, he was taken off, but Barber was already on his way.
And the Reading offense seems to be walking back in the other direction.
Yeah, it looks like we got a flag on the play.
Yeah, I didn't see the flag come in, but the Braves fans are cheering. The Reading offense is marching in the other direction.
It's laying there right in front of the Braves bench.
There you go.
Right in front of the Braves bench.
And the call does go against Reading. Rob, I didn't see what the call was. Did you happen to pick up the sign from the official?
I did not. With the placement of it, it looks like it's probably going to be a clip. And that would be from the spot, and we'll go 15 yards back from there.
And it looks like that may be exactly the case, although it does look like they marched the ball off 10 yards, and there we go, and now another 5. So you're probably right. It looked like it was a clip towards the end of the run.
And they're going to have a second and what looks like about 6 yards.
Well, one thing that has been able to slow down the Reading offense so far is not the Braves defense, but it's Reading themselves. They have really victimized themselves on penalties thus far in slowing down their offense. Still leads 7-0 with just seconds left in the first quarter.
Yeah, this will be a dangerous down for the Braves. a second and 6 yards. They have a down to play with here, with only being 6 yards. You might see them try to go deep on this one.
Weather not a factor here tonight on a perfect, beautiful evening at Tomahawk Stadium. Warm weather, practically no wind to speak of.
Chris Connor and Adam Blevins on the same side. They run a vertical.
And the Braves pressure finally gets to Pike and brings him down for a second sack.
Yeah, the Braves D-line's got to share that one because they were all there. You had Todd Topics, you had Brandon Moulton, and also
Will Nolte and Zach Reckman in on that play. You could give that to just about any one of 4
Braves.
Braves.
It looked like a jailbreak there.
The Braves can put a little more consistent pressure on Pike, and he's not going to be able to exploit those 3 receivers that the Reading Blue Devils have been featuring so prominently tonight.
Yeah, anytime he goes away from that quick release, he's going to have trouble because he's going to have them in their face.
Gertz in the backfield with Pike, and the ball goes to Gertz.
Handoff.
Right up the middle. He's got good yard and is
Bobby Schmidt is there with David Kariakis there to help him out.
Wow, that was an unbelievable hit that Schmidt put on. Gertz had a head of steam. Looked like he was going to take that for positive yard, and he ran into a wall called Bobby Schmidt.
And that's the end of the first quarter. So we'll be switching sides here, and the Braves and the Blue Devils will be able to get a little water here.
At the end of 1, folks, the score is the Reading Blue Devils 7, your Indian Hill Braves 0. It is homecoming night at Tomahawk Stadium, and it looks like we've got a good one going here tonight. Sole possession of first place in the CHL on the line.
Yeah, we have some spirited fans down here. We got the faces painted. We've got all the things that go with the pep, and they're ready to go. We got the band playing.
Well, this game's got major implications. Indian Hill comes in 6-1 overall, 5-0 in the CHL. Reading comes in at 5-2 overall, 4-1 in the CHL. If Reading can pull off the win tonight, and they were picked to win by everybody in the newspaper, then they will pull even with the Braves for first place in the CHL. Hopefully the Braves can prove that the folks in the newspaper are not necessarily prophets and pull off what would actually be a home upset win tonight, given that Reading was picked to win the game.
The Blue Devils run out.
Reading's got the ball, 3rd and 8 on the 36-yard line as we open play in the second quarter. Pike back in the shotgun.
Looks like we're in a 3 deep.
Gertz. And flags are thrown. We've either got a false start by the Reading offense or someone from Indian Hill might have jumped off sides. And the way that Reading is applauding lead us to believe that the penalty is on Indian Hill.
Yeah, we got offsides on the defense.
Well, the way Reading's offense is parking, you just cannot afford to give them free yards by jumping off sides. Braves are going to have to play a very clean defensive ball game.
Yeah, 3rd and 4, and you really can't expect to be able to predict what the Blue Devils are going to do here. You can't tell if they're going to throw it long or just throw it to Blevins underneath on this.
Yeah, that's the difficulty of predicting the Blue Devils offense. 3rd and 3, they could throw a 57-yard pass, and Pike looking to throw.
And that's what they go with.
He's got the first down, throws to back Gertz, and Gertz has got the ball into Indian Hill territory. Another Reading first down.
Yeah, and Pike had his choice there. They ran their outside receivers off, took their inside guys, and ran them on the quick outs to try to get the change the move, and they were successful.
And it looks like Pike is looking for any way he can get the ball to Gertz possible, whether it's handing it off or those quick little outs. We've seen screen passes, and they're trying to feature Gertz in this offense. And he once again flanks Pike in the backfield. And a fake handoff to Gertz. Pike drops back, little pressure, dumps off to Gertz. There's the screen. He's breaking for huge yardage. He's got the first down. He's down inside the Indian Hill 30 on what would look to be a broken play. A lot of pressure on Pike. He dropped back, waited, allowed the pocket to collapse around him, threw that little hitter out to Gertz, and Gertz takes it for big yardage all the way down inside the Indian Hill 30.
Gertz is brought down by Alex Cole and John Brown on the play. And Cole's coming out of the game. We're going to see Jake Kendall back in the game.
Gertz has really proven to be a thorn in the side of the Indian Hill defense so far tonight.
We got trips right again.
Well, they're just going to run that all night long, and you just never know when they're going to try and throw the ball deep.
Bobby Schmidt on the stop. They try to pull the guard, run behind him, and he's able to be there for the stop. Just for the game at about 2 yards.
Like Joey Fletcher, the ball carrier that time.
Got 2nd and 8 for the Blue Devils. They're going to stay in the same formation.
We're inside 11 minutes in the second quarter. Reading leads this game 7-0 on 4th and 23 touchdown pass in the first quarter. Pike drops back.
Going to his favorite target, and Blevins cannot get to it. He had a step on Cole Cousineau. The ball would have been thrown a little better. It would have been there.
Either the ball thrown better or Blevins needed to be about 7'6" to pull that one in.
I tell you what, and anytime you get a step on Cole Cousineau, you have done something.
So Reading's facing a 3rd and 8, once again deep in Indian Hill territory. Reading has not had outstanding starting field position tonight, but they've managed to convert a few penalties and a few big plays to consistently find their way into the Braves' red zone.
We got a stop of play by the officials.
And looks like the ref's having a conversation with the Reading line. And we appear ready to play again. Maybe perhaps just a little bit of talking going on down on the line.
Bobby Schmidt's coming on the
Pike
blitz.
fakes.
He can't get there. The ball's released, and it's broken up by John Brown.
Brilliant play by John Brown. He had his eyes on the ball the entire time. He waited, kept his eye on the receiver, made sure not to make contact, but at the last moment he popped that ball away.
And Nick Berter could not get to the ball. He was blanketed by John Brown, and Jake Kendall over top.
Now, dangerous situation here. Reading's facing a 4th and 8 on the 26. Perhaps not in field goal range. Certainly not going to punt at this position in the field. Looks like they're getting set to go. And we know what happened last time at the other end of the field when Reading converted a 4th and 23 for the lone score of the night.
Yeah, the Braves do a nice job in switching up the defense. They keep running players in and out. They look like they get a little different package here. Pike
Braves
drops
need
back.
a stop.
Right there. He is hammered by Cole Cousineau, but he might have the first down there. It's going to be close.
It's going to come down to the spot, and he appears to be injured.
Yeah, he's getting up slow. Cole Cousineau came up and drilled Blevins.
And they're going to go ahead and move the sticks. Once again,
nice
Reading
job by
converts
Blevins
the
to be able to hold on to the ball and pick up the first down.
Took a heck of a hit. And once again, Reading converts a 4th down deep in Indian Hill territory. That has killed the Braves tonight.
And the Blue Devils got to be worried about this. They don't want to see Blevins go down because he is definitely their featured receiver here.
Blevins took an unbelievable hit on that play. It's amazing that he was able to hang on to the ball.
Yeah, Adam Blevins, he has caught 749 yards worth of passes this year, and he's done quite a nice job for the Reading Blue Devils.
While we've got a break, I'd like to remind folks it's a new era of Braves football on the Indian Hill Television Network, so be sure to catch all the boys and girls action on this community access channel. As you see the playback numbers for playback times in your area, call the ICRC at 772-4272 or visit their website at www.icrctv.org. And it looks like Blevins back on his feet now.
Yeah, that's a good sign. Anytime you can walk off the field, usually that's a pretty good sign for the fans in the stands. Know you're okay.
As you see those ICRC playback numbers, you can enjoy this game at your convenience. And hopefully you'll be enjoying a Braves win. They can find a way to stop Tony Pike, Adam Blevins, and this high-powered Reading offense. Throw John Gertz in the mix there. And Reading has a 1st and 10 inside the 20 of Indian Hill.
Snap and handoff underneath.
Gertz has the
Bobby
ball.
Schmidt's there to stop him. Oh, man, he definitely flew to the ball, and he put him down. It looks like if there's very little gain, if any, on that one. It's going to be a 2nd and long.
That's about the 3rd time that Gertz has had a hole and had a blocker in front of him, and Bobby Schmidt has come in from behind to make the tackle.
Yeah, Bobby's able to make a great angle, and he scrapes to the ball. Excellent. I mean, he makes a great stop there, and he just flew to the ball.
This Indian Hill crowd a little bit stunned so far. I think they were hoping to see the Braves get out early. The crowd has gone a little bit quiet as Reading is driving again. Pike back to pass.
Oh, and John Brown, right when the ball gets there, he's able to get there and swat it away.
John Brown did an excellent job of breaking up that pass without committing the penalty. Had to hold her breath for just a second to see if a flag was going to be thrown. That's the 2nd time in this drive that John Brown has broken up a critical pass from Tony Pike.
Yeah, John Brown has 2 picks on the year, and he's here tonight to prove that he is what the stats say. He's a good defensive back.
Reading facing a 3rd and 10. And let's see if John Brown can get one of those picks right here and maybe take it back the other way. Tony Pike looks like he's going to have to call a timeout. Didn't like the looks of the Braves defense. He's going to go over the sidelines and try and figure it out.
David Karyakis made a last-second adjustment there, and that seemed to confuse Pike, and he went ahead and called the timeout to go get some information from the coach on what to do on that.
Well, as the Reading offense tries to figure out what they want to do at this end of the field, Kevin Seipel is going to gather with his defense and try and figure out how they can put a stop on this Blue Devils offense. I think they've caught the Braves a little bit off guard so far tonight.
And the Blue Devils got to hope that they can get Blevins back in the game because he is a big target. And plus, he really takes a lot of the defense away when he's on one side of the field. You can usually throw to the other side because you're getting man-on-man coverage over there.
The Braves can pick up the stop here deep in their own territory. It'll wake up this crowd and give a little momentum to the Braves and perhaps fire up this rather large crowd here for homecoming at Tomahawk Stadium. You can see the student section is got the thunder sticks out a la the California Angels tonight. The band's fired up, the cheerleaders are fired up. We just need a score to send this place into orbit here.
Well, who brought the monkey, though? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, the rally monkey does not appear to be working so far. Have we had a rally monkey sighting? Is the rally monkey in the student section?
No, not yet. Hopefully we might have one down
We need
there.
to get the rally monkey going.
Got the
now.
snap. Pike drops back.
Looking
He's
all kinds of time.
Molden's all over him.
Late pressure.
He gets it off.
Boy, Pike had all kinds of time, and then finally Brandon Molden put some pressure on. And a couple of more hits like that, even though Pike didn't go down and take the sack. Anytime you can get a lick on him, wear him down a little bit. So in the fourth quarter, he does not have those fresh legs.
Yeah, that was definitely a coverage rush on the defensive part there. They were able to cover up the receivers. Pike had nowhere to go. He had to scramble, and Brandon Molden was there to make him force the bad throw.
And Reading looks like they're setting up to kick a field goal, facing 4th and 10. And I believe the Braves are going to call a timeout here. Timeout Indian Hill with 9:37 left to go second quarter, and Reading already up 7-0, looking to go up 10-0 if they can convert this field goal here, Rob.
And it looks like they take Jake Kendall out of the game, and they're going to put in Alex Cole, I believe, is usually who runs in the game on this. It seems to be a little bigger lineup for the Braves where you're looking to make a little bigger stop, where when Jake's in, it looks like they're playing more of the nickel package to try to stop the deep ball.
A little bit of a moral victory here for the Braves defense if they can hold Reading to 3. But the way the Braves offense has struggled to move the ball tonight, you don't want to get down more than 2 scores to Reading. Certainly don't want to get down a third score. And if we can come up with a turnover, a block kick at this end, that would certainly help the Braves in trying to stay in this ball game.
Now they'll be attempting what'll look like a 23-yarder here. And they're pretty much in the center of the field. Should be a chip shot. Braves are loading up the right side.
John Barber counting, make sure he's only got 11 men on the field. The kick is up. And the kick appears to be good.
That one is good, and that's going to give the Blue Devils an early lead of 10-0 on the Braves.
Now, just like that, the Braves find themselves down double digits. With still quite a lot of time left in the second quarter, the Braves certainly have plenty of opportunities left to get back into this ball game. They do not want to go into halftime with that big goose egg on the scoreboard.
Yeah, we'll see what we come out with here. Definitely going to see probably some more Cole Cousineau, as always.
This Braves crowd is desperate for something to get on their feet and make some noise about tonight.
All right, the Braves are taking the field. They're sending what looks like Case Cousineau, David Kariakis, and Matt McCall back deep, with David Kariakis being in the center.
The producer and director of tonight's game on the Indian Hill Television Network is Clark Brin, and our coordinating producer is Mr. Dennis Stubbs. All video department games are produced in association with the ICRC.
And the Blue Devils are teeing it up here. Braves about the same position. You got David Kariakis on about the 10-yard line.
Be a good opportunity for David Kariakis to run one back and get this Braves team right back in the game.
Yeah, he had a big return against what I believe is Purcell Marion. And it looks like...
That's going to be a short kick.
Yeah, it goes to Case Cousineau.
Cousineau out to the 20, 25-30, 35-40, 45-50. Cross midfield and well into Reading territory. And there was the big play we were looking for.
Yeah.
Fans on their feet at Tomahawk Stadium. The Braves are back in this ball game.
It looks like the ball's going to be placed about the 40-yard line of the Blue Devils, and this should get the offense fired up, and they'll be able to drive it down and make a score here.
And he darn near broke the thing. The Braves can use a little momentum here and put the ball in quickly. These fans will get the Braves right back in this ball game.
Yeah, that right side opened up, and he was able to go right down the sideline with the ball.
Well, the ball was definitely a little bit short. It didn't even come within about 5 yards of Kariakis. And I'm not sure if that was intended by Reading or not.
Cousineau takes snap, he rides fullback, and he gives it to Schmidt, and he'll have a gain of, it looks like about 3 yards on the play.
Once again, tough yardage up the middle for both teams tonight. both defensive lines are just absolutely crushing at the point of attack.
Yeah, Bobby Schmidt has 432 yards on the season so far, so he's a great fullback for Cole Kuzno to hand the ball off to or pull and go on the option.
When Kuzno does such a good job of hiding the ball that if they can get a little play action going and then find a receiver deep and freeze those linebackers for Reading, they might have an opportunity to put one in the end zone.
In the I formation, Cole in the center. He takes a snap. He's going to keep the ball. He tucks in behind Brandon Davis, and he's going to get about 4 yards on the play.
And it's going to bring up a 3rd and looks to be about 4 for Indian Hill. As the clock continues to run down inside of 8.5 minutes in the second quarter.
Murphy's running the play in.
Looks to be about a 3rd and 5 from the 39-yard line, and the Braves really need to convert this. You do not want to punt the ball away. You do not want to go 3 and out and put the Braves defense right back on the field.
Got the Braves come out in the I formation. Brandon Davis is deep on, and it's going to go to David. No, he pulls.
Keeps.
He cuts
He's
back
got
up.
a hole, and he appears to have the first down. That's going to move the chains.
Yeah, he moves the chains, and they're going to have the ball at about the 31-yard line there. Nice.
Kuzno did that all on his own.
Yeah, he is one competitor. I tell you what, when there's a couple yards to get, he's going to get it for you if he has the ability to.
Well, if nothing else comes of this drive, at least it keeps the Indian Hill defense on the sidelines for another series so they can catch their win. They've been chasing Pike and Gertz all over the field all night long.
Yeah, they've definitely got to get their win.
It'll be interesting to see when Reading does get the ball back on offense, whether number 84, Adam Blevins, re-enters the game.
Zummy Xander split out wide. They're in the I formation.
1st and 10, Indian Hill.
The give to
Gibbs.
Cole, or Alex Cole. He'll take it for a couple yards on that play.
And it looks like the Braves are determined that they will run the ball up the middle. They will run the ball off tackle, and they're going to take 2 and 3 yards at a time.
Yeah,
and eventually break the long one, hopefully.
That's a tale of 2 different fullbacks there. You have Bobby Schmidt, the big, just punishing fullback, and then you got Alex Cole, who's the quick, kind of darting fullback that will definitely pick up a few yards for you.
Braves picked up 3 on that play. Cole Kuzno stares at a 2nd and 7 from the 29-yard line. And Kuzno keeps. Kuzno picks up good yardage off the left side.
Looks like we have a 3rd and what appears to be about 4 yards here. Bobby Schmidt back into the ball game. And we'll see what Coach Seipel calls here.
Well, number 52, Will Nolte, just looks like a man among boys out there on that line.
Yeah, he is a big kid. I was looking at him and Zach Reckman today standing by one another, and they are just 2 big kids.
Indian Hill's 2 towers. Kuzno faces a 3rd and 3. Ball's at the 25, the 6:30 mark. Indian Hill looking to get their first score of the night. Kuzno gives. And Schmidt
really
is not going to have the first down. He's lucky if he gets a yard out of that.
Yeah, we're going to have what appears to be another 4th and 4, and we'll see if Coach runs Zach Minturn back out there.
Well, with Minturn having missed the earlier kick, Coach Seipel's probably not eager to put him right back out there. You certainly don't want to punt in this position. We find ourselves in the same position that Reading found themselves in. It's a perfect opportunity to go ahead and try and convert this 4th down.
Yeah, they're going for it here.
Absolutely.
Sean Murphy back into the game. He's
the Braves fans rise to support. We're facing a 4th and 3 from the 25. Big play for the Braves as the fans are on their feet.
Come out in the I set. Brandon Davis deep. There's snap. Toss to Brandon Davis.
And Davis is going to have the first down and more.
Yeah, it looks like that will move the chains. He gets the ball to just about the 20-yard line. Davis is having a nice season carrying the ball. He's got about 340 yards on the season.
That was a big carry for Davis. Brings the fans to their feet. The thunder sticks, the cowbells are rolling. The Braves offense is rolling. They're beginning at 1st and 10 on the 21. The clock continues to run. We're down inside of 6 minutes in the second quarter. Reading still leads 10-0.
Coach Seipel keeps running Zummy Xanders in the game. You never know when something's going to happen with him getting the ball.
It looks like the Braves have finally got the Reading defense wondering a little bit as Kuzno is doing a masterful job of hiding the ball.
Oh,
and we've got a man open.
And there it is.
And there it is. To Zummy Xanders, number 12 in the corner of the end zone. Kuzno faked the handoff, as we said before. Found Zummy Xanders wide open at the corner of the end zone. Just like that, Indian Hill on the board. trails 10-6.
Now, we've seen that connection before, but usually it's the other way around. Usually it's Zummy Zanders throwing it to Cole Cousineau, but Cole connects on that one, and Zummy pulls it down for the touchdown.
Let's see if we can take a look at those on replay. The Cousineau to Zanders connection strikes for Indian Hill.
They fake the pitch right. He puts it up in the air, and Zanders just runs under the ball.
Beautiful pass by Cousineau. Zanders with a beautiful catch.
It's up, and the PAT is good.
And just like that, the Braves are back in this ball game. It's 10-7. It's homecoming, and the fireworks have got this place rocking.
Yeah, the Braves fans are definitely on their feet. They like what they saw on that drive.
And also of note, during that prolonged drive by Indian Hill that took a good 3-4 minutes off the clock, important, the Braves defense had that time off the field to recover. They're going to be fresh as they come out and try and chase down Tony Pike and John Gertz. And if he's back in the game, Adam Blevins.
Yeah, we'll see if Blevins comes back in here. They definitely need him. Zach Minturn will be kicking the ball off here.
Momentum squarely on the side of the Braves now as they look to hold here against Reading, perhaps get the ball back and take in another score before the half.
We'll see the Blue Devils send deep here. Looks like it's going to be John Gertz, Chris Connor, and I can't see the other number. Who are they sending back there?
Important for the Braves to get good coverage here. You do not want to get Reading starting off in good field position with the momentum that the Braves have so far.
John Barber's the third back deep. Oh, they're going with two deep. So they have John Barber and John Gertz back deep for the Blue Devils. Zach Minturn's ready to kick the ball deep.
Minturn set to kick. Gets a good kick.
Back to the 2-yard line. Barber's going to return.
And he's got some
blockers.
blockers. He's got some blockers.
And McCall runs him down, but not until he gets to the 49-yard line.
Just as the Braves started that last possession off with a fantastic run all the way out to midfield, so Reading does the same. Special teams failing both schools on their last possessions.
All right, and there seemed to be a breakdown on coverage there. Coach is yelling at a couple of the players coming off the field. They need to make sure they have contain on that right side, or they will definitely break through.
Well, that hole just opened up like the parting of the Red Sea, and Reading was able to take it all the way out almost to midfield. A little over 5 minutes left, certainly enough time for the defense to stiffen, keep Reading out of the end zone, get the ball back, and take it in for a tying or going ahead score before halftime.
Looks like the Braves are in their normal set here. They got their 4D linemen down and ready to go after Pike. Schmidt, single linebacker. He's going for the ball, but it's going to be a pickup of what looks about 3 yards on the play. Tackled by David Kariakis and Zach Reckman.
Like Joey Fletcher with the carry that time.
Clark, we're hearing you also. All right, they're set. John Brown deepens up here. It looks like we got a 3 deep coverage on.
And Adam Blevins is back in the game. Blevins open.
Oh, Bobby Schmidt gets a big mid on it and knocks it down. He thought he was going to pull that one down and maybe return that one for a touchdown.
Dave Kariakis in support on that play. Blevins was open for just a second, but that fast Braves defense closed, sealed off that play. Blevins had nowhere to go.
Yeah, great play by Bobby Schmidt. He dropped back and was able to get back to the ball. And that's something that quarterback's got to pick up, that underneath linebacker, because that backer can't always pick the ball off.
So just like that, Reading facing a third down, 3rd and 6 on the 49. Braves looking to hold here, get the ball back, and have plenty of time to take it in for a score before the half.
Get the snap. Blevins drops back.
Pike's got time. Very nearly picked off. Pike had plenty of time that time, looked for a receiver, and could not squeeze it in. As John Brown came swinging into the play again. Tell you, Brown is just a half second off of Pike. Watching the second half if Brown doesn't take one back the other way against Pike.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see.
And Reading, of course, going to have to punt from this position, 4th and 6 on the 49.
Andrew Kariakis in the game, back with Cole Cousineau deep.
Let's see if Kariakis or Cousineau doesn't break another long one here.
Punts up. Looks like it's going to go out of bounds.
Go out of bounds.
Short punt. Looks like it goes out at the 46-yard line.
Wow. Being marked out. Great field position for the Braves.
Like about a 15-yard punt on that one. Not a great punt by the
Braves
Blue
will
Devils.
start at about looks to be about the 36-yard line.
And with punts like that, you always wonder if you just should go for it on 4th down.
Well, we saw the Blue Devils go with that option earlier, and then they converted 4th and 23, the touchdown for the first score of the game. Indian Hill gets the ball back with 4 minutes and 26 seconds on the clock. starting on their own 36-yard line. Plenty of time, good field position to get a score before the half.
They come out and split backs. Cousineau under center with the motion. He gives to Bobby Schmidt. He bounces off one.
Cousineau gives to Schmidt, and Schmidt just thunders ahead. Reading defenders bouncing off of him like they're not even there.
Yeah, pick up of looks like about 8 yards on the play. Nice run by Bobby Schmidt.
Bobby Schmidt was playing human pinball there and was just treating the Reading defenders as if they were non-existent.
John Brown runs into the game, his first time on offense tonight, I believe. And we have an equipment timeout by the Braves. It looks like the official's going to try to fix it for Brandon Davis. If he does, if he can, he will stay in the game. Little rule change from a year or two ago. Usually he would have had to come out of the game, but now if they can fix it quickly, he's able to stay in the game. And they can't get it fixed. They're going to have to replace him.
And he's going to have to come out. Meanwhile, we've got the clock stopped at 4 minutes. The Braves looking at a second 3 from the 43. Got a little momentum here. Like to see him pick up that second score to knot this game up at halftime.
David Kariakis comes in the game to replace Davis. We'll see him as one of the split backs.
Cousineau surveys what's in front of him. Reading shows a 4-3 defense. Looks like a broken play.
Oh, beautiful.
And Kariakis, he's gone. They will not catch him.
John Gertz had a nice try, but he could not get to Kariakis.
Kariakis emerged from a tangle of humanity, took the ball 50 yards, and Indian Hill for the first time tonight has taken a lead at 13-10. This crowd is going wild.
Yeah, that was a nice call by Coach Seipel. It was actually a delay trap there. That guard made a beautiful block, and Kariakis was able to spring it for the long run. And
how did Kariakis emerge from that massive humanity? And now we've got a flag down. Hopefully not excessive celebration on the Braves, which would move the PAT back. Ref just threw the flag in the back of the end zone.
We'll see what we have here.
But it makes no difference.
Blue Devils. See if it's on the Blue Devils, Coach Seipel will have to decide if he wants to kick it or maybe go for it, because that will put it on the 1 yard line.
Well, now, Rob, in this situation, would Indian Hill have the option of assessing this on the kickoff?
I believe they do have the choice.
The call does go against Reading.
See what we're going to do here. They might be running the offense back on the field. Oh, and we have a timeout by the Braves. They want to think this one over.
This might be a great opportunity to go for 2 and really put Reading behind the 8 ball. Indian Hill having run off 13 unanswered points here late in the second quarter. Still 3:40 to go before the half.
Yeah, when you've got a stable of running backs like they do, you got to really think about the ball being on the 1 yard line, because it wouldn't be that difficult to punch it in the end zone.
And as we look around, we've got the Thundersticks going in the student section. We've got the vintage cars coming in. We've got homecoming activities getting fired up. This crowd is really solidly behind their Braves in this pivotal battle for control of the CHL. We see the cheerleaders in front of us working hard to keep this crowd on its feet.
Yeah, for the CHL, this is definitely a battle of Goliath tonight. These are the 2 top teams, and really bragging rights is at stake here.
Well, the win tonight, Indian Hill goes to 7-1 on the season, Rob, and while that doesn't cement a berth in the playoffs with the Harbin points, boy, it sure is going to be tough if they get this win tonight, a win over a ranked team like Reading, to keep them out of the playoffs.
Yeah, the Braves only have Wyoming and Little Miami left. Wyoming would definitely be a tough match at Wyoming.
That is going to be a very tough game next
Little
week.
Miami game's a nice one to end the season with. They're going to come out in the I formation,
and
2
Braves
wide.
Go for 2.
Cole Cousineau under center, and we're going to see what they come up with.
Cousineau may keep here and just take it in himself.
He's giving some direction here.
Cousineau audibles.
Off the Bobby Schmidt,
and that ball's going in for 2. Bobby Schmidt thunders in for the 2-point conversion. Braves lead 15-10. We've got 3:40 to go in the second quarter here at a raucous Tomahawk Stadium.
And the Braves definitely get a momentum booster there. 15 points, and now we definitely got a game.
Well, I tell you what, it's been a tale of 2 quarters, Rob. In the first quarter, Reading on that first drive, they looked like they were going to be running a track meet up and down, having only been able to score 3 points since. And all of a sudden, the last 2 series, the Indian Hill offense woke up. They got out a little bit late, and they have come thundering back to post 15 unanswered points against this tough Reading Blue Devils defense.
Yeah, we'll see if the Braves made any adjustments here on the kickoff. See if they might be able to solid up that right side and keep that return coming down through there.
Now Reading definitely has some time to work with here, and they're going to look to try and pick up a score and stay back in this game, perhaps take the lead before the half. 3 minutes and 40 seconds, a lot of time for Tony Pike to do some damage. The Braves defense is not done yet.
Jackman turns set to kick.
Let's see if Minturn can put this one out of the back of the end zone and give Reading no opportunity to return it. And he's got a good
ball.
Good kick.
Right at the goal line. You're going to return it to the right again.
And Barber at the goal line. And he will go nowhere with that quickly.
Yeah, he is met by a host of Brave tacklers there, led by number 41, Alex Hall with the stop.
Well, Barber took the ball right around the goal line, and he's going to come up just at the 15-yard line. Once again, Reading facing tough field position to start a drive.
Nice coverage by the Braves here. See if the defense can keep it going. Blue Devils running out onto the field. They're going to be in their split pack. Let's see what we got. And they're going to balance it up here, it looks like, 2 and 2.
And all of a sudden, we have got a spark to this Indian Hill offense and defensive juggernaut.
Yeah, a little stunt coming here. Derry Kariaka steps up. Quick hit to Blevins.
Pike's got Blevins, and just like that, Reading converts a first down. It's just that easy for that connection, Pike to Blevins. The Indian Hill has to find an answer.
It was a quick pickup of 13 by the Blue Devils. Definitely get them out of their area, and they're able to start driving the ball here. We'll see what's going to go on. Feigleson and Jay Kendall out of the game for the Braves.
Well, you know, at the half, Kevin Seipel and his coaching staff are going to try and find the solution to shut down those passing lanes that Pike has been able to exploit so far in this first half. Pike back
underneath.
Drops back to pass again. He's got the deep
time.
ball, and it's going to be a jump ball.
Is right there.
John
Beautiful
Brown
coverage.
has had magnificent coverage all night long, Rob.
Yeah, he was right there. He was right in his hip pocket, and he tracked the ball just as well as the receiver did there.
John Brown has covered the ball so well, half the time you can't tell if he's the receiver or the coverage man.
And he's playing like a man possessed tonight.
I'm telling you, second half, we will see John Brown take one of those back. He is a fraction of a hair off of Tony Pike's passes. He's going to get him figured out in the second half. He will take one back to the house at some point second half.
They're going to stay balanced with one back set here in the shotgun. Braves have a late adjustment here.
Reading facing 2nd and 10, ball in the 27, a little over 3 minutes to go. Pike again to pass, and there's Blevins again.
And for another pickup of what looks to be about 14 yards on the play, Cole Kuzno on the stop, but not until they have the first down.
Right now, that is the Reading Blue Devils offense. Pike to Blevins, first down. Pike to Blevins, first down. And just like that, they're on the 42 with a first down. 3 minutes to go. Reading driving for a potential tying or go-ahead score.
Tell you what, Pike loves that crossing route by Blevins because he had the other crossing route completely open also on that one.
Pike surveys the field.
And there's going to give.
There's going to be the give, and that will go nowhere. Reading has
Brandon
got
Malden.
that sniffed out.
It looks like Brandon Malden made the stop. No, let me correct myself. That was David Kariakis on the stop.
The Indian Hill defense has got that figured out. That will go nowhere. But Reading really runs that just to keep the offensive or the defensive line of Indian Hill honest. As we know, they're always looking to exploit the Pike to Blevins connection here.
Hey, they're balanced up again with one back in the backfield. Fakes the give.
And little play action.
Big rush.
And for the first time tonight, we see a very weak throw by Tony Pike as he floats a wounded duck out here just beneath us.
Yeah, Sean Otto kind of had the receiver pinned. He wasn't able to get to the wide pattern there, so yeah, he definitely wasn't anywhere close on that one.
No, that ball did not look good from the get-go, and it died quickly. So Reading facing now 3rd and 11 from the 41. Boy, I have to tell you, if the Braves defense can hold here, Rob, the Braves will get the ball back, and with the momentum they've got,
they might put another one on the board.
Number 64, Mark Solomkin on the sideline, trying to get these Braves fans fired up and loud. Mike drops back to pass. He's got a man.
Oh.
And do we have a completion? No, the referee signals that the ball touched the ground. We had a tip ball. John Barber tipped the ball.
And that's always dangerous when the ball's tipped in the air, but no one's able to get to it.
Chris Comer tried to pull it in and was unable to do so.
Looks like they're going to run the punting squad back on.
All right, the Braves are going to get the ball back.
Is going to be deep again with Cole Kuzno.
So Indian Hill will get the ball back, should be with good field position and plenty of clock to take another drive down and really put a nail in the coffin of Reading in this first half.
Got the snap, and it's off.
Oh, and a poor kick, a very poor kick. goes out of bounds. Indian Hill's going to have good field position. Looks to be just past, all the way up to their 41-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like the Braves are definitely winning the kicking battle here. The Blue Devils have not punted the ball particularly well tonight.
And the score does not reflect how lopsided the battle of field position has been. Indian Hill consistently starting at the 30, 35, or 40-yard line. Reading has yet to start outside of their own 20.
Yeah, they certainly do a nice job with field position in the special teams.
All right, and Cousineau brings his troops back. First and 10 at the 41 with 2:06 to go. Indian Hill already leading in this epic battle, 15-10.
Got motion coming. He fakes.
Cousineau
He gives
gives.
it to Bobby Schmidt, who looks like he might get one on that one.
Once again, tough yard. Bobby Schmidt is just absolutely taking a beating with a straight-ahead run against this Reading defense.
Yeah, Zummy Zanders run the play into the game.
Braves
Reading
appear to be in
saw
no hurry to get to the line. I don't know if they're going to make a concerted effort to put the ball in the end zone here, or if they're content to just kind of run the clock out and go in up 5.
We got I formation here, 2 wide. Feigleson at tight end. Snap. He rides it. He keeps the ball.
Cousineau
He gets a
keeper,
step.
and he's going to have big yardage. Cousineau's got the first down. Cousineau into Reading territory. Cousineau still on his feet, eluding one tackler after another. Cousineau all the way down to the Reading 36-yard line. It took 4 men to bring him down, Rob.
Steve, did you see that move Cole Cousineau put on in that second level? That guy just totally didn't know where to go. Cole Cousineau makes him fall down, and he keeps going.
Well, that's what we call an ankle breaker, and there are about 3 sets of broken ankles on the Reading defense right now.
Cole Cousineau, great option quarterback. When he's in the open field, he is nearly impossible to bring down.
And just like that, Braves are facing a first and 10 on the 37. Clock winds to almost a minute left. Cousineau's got the offense rolling now.
Davis looks like a little option here. Goes
and
to Davis.
Cousineau option.
Oh! Number 4.
Brandon Davis
Dennison.
was just undressed on that play.
Yeah. Dennison just runs up and hammers him right at the line of scrimmage. Actually, he's going to lose 3 yards on the play, and he sniffed that out, and he was there for the stop.
What a hit.
Excuse me, I was looking at the wrong man. That was John Gertz on the stop. He came up and just drilled Brandon Davis for the loss.
Well, John Gertz has not been featured much in the Reading offensive attack these last 2 drives, but he sure made a huge contribution on defense there, circumventing any momentum that the Braves had on offense. They're still going to be looking at a 2nd and 12. Got about 45 seconds of clock to work with. They're 39 yards away from a score that would really put this crowd over the top here at Tomahawk Stadium on a beautiful homecoming night.
We'll see if Coach Seipel reaches into the bag of tricks here. He's got 45 seconds left to go. He's got a 2nd and long here, and I believe Zanders is still on the field, isn't he?
And Coach Seipel's pretty creative offensively. You never know coming out of a timeout just what they might throw you at. So it's looking for the Braves to try and go for it all here right out of the timeout. Maybe a little play action and a deep pass to try and catch the Reading defense off guard.
Yeah, with Zanders in the game, you never know when he's going to come up under center. And it looks like Cole Cousineau will still be under center, going with split backs, twins left, and a split right. Or excuse me, no, we balance it up here.
Cousineau surveys the field. And Cousineau's still got the ball. He keeps for himself, and he's going to take it back to just beyond the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he was trying to get a little, what looked like a little play action there, get him the bite, and then throw the ball down the field, but he didn't have an opportunity to get the ball off.
Clock continues to run. We are now under 30 seconds in the 2nd quarter. Braves offense is going to have to move if they want to score here. And Cousineau spikes the ball to stop the clock at 23 seconds left. Braves facing a 3rd and 9 from their 39.
And the Braves got away with one there. Sean Murphy wasn't up on the line and wasn't set, so the sideline official did not see it, so they got away with one on that one.
And it looks like we're now facing a 4th and 9. My mistake from the 39. Interesting to see what the Braves do here. You're not going to try a field goal from this position. You certainly don't want to punt the ball here and give the ball back to Reading with any time in the clock. Indian Hill almost certainly try and convert here, and if you don't convert, you don't lose anything in the exchange of what you would on the punt.
Running Zach Minturn out. He's going to have to need a little leg here.
And we've got a flag down, perhaps.
I think we got to delay a game.
I think the Braves might have been a little bit late. Illegal substitution on the Braves.
Yeah.
Wow, that's just a killer. And that'll take him right back out of field goal position and perhaps change the decision by Kevin Seipel.
to be punting the ball now.
Wow, that's just, if the Braves have been able to put 3 on the board there and take an 18-10 score, then you've got that nice cushion forcing Reading to get the touchdown and 2-point conversion to tie. Now the Braves will have to give the ball back to Tony Pike and that high-powered Reading offense.
Zombie Xander's counting his men to make sure he's got enough on the field.
Boy, the Braves are really struggling getting their substitutions in with the special teams so far tonight.
Snap, nice snap. He gets it off.
Oh,
and we're going to have a flag.
Yes, and the Braves are going to get the ball back. As Minturn goes down, the Braves will get the ball back.
And Alex Cole couldn't get to it. He was sprinting down the field.
Right.
He was hoping to get him in the corner.
And the Braves fans, they are intelligent football fans. They know that the Braves are going to get the ball back with 13 seconds to go, and they'll have a shot to take one deep at the end zone.
Yeah, Reading put too much pressure, came up, hit the legs of the kicker, although I'm wondering if Zach might be going to be in the powwow this spring.
Oh, I tell you, that was an Oscar-winning performance, but drew the flag nonetheless, and Zach gets his Emmy nomination for that performance.
And they're going to have to like that. Braves are going to be back on the field on offense, and we'll see what we can do with it.
The Braves don't have a lot of time to fool around here, only 13 seconds. You got just enough time to take 1, maybe 2 deep shots at the end zone. Well, that was a good performance.
Well, it looks like it may not be enough for the first down. Actually, they're going to call it running into the kicker, so they only get 5 yards on this one.
So it's the 5-yard, not the 15-yard.
Yeah, and they're going to go ahead and go for
now we're
the
back
kick.
to trying the field goal. We regain the yardage.
This is going to be a 53-yarder by Zach Minturn.
Wow. Minturn's got the leg for it. We'll see
Snap,
if he's got the accuracy.
set, he drills it,
and he's going to be short.
It's going to be short down the middle, but didn't have enough distance.
And with that, Reading will get the ball back with 8 seconds on the clock before we go to halftime.
And we'll see what the Blue Devils try to do here. With Pike and quarterback, they might try to throw it down the field here.
Well, 8 seconds is certainly enough time for Tony Pike and Adam Blevins to hook up for a long score. So we certainly got to make sure that the Braves defense comes out and plays a solid 8 seconds here to take the 5-point lead into the locker room.
Yeah, I don't think Zach Minturn was happy with his kick there.
No, not at all.
He's going over to the net. A little disappointed.
He certainly has the leg for a kick like that.
Yeah, he just didn't hit it right, and it didn't go for him.
So Reading takes over with a 1st and 10 on their 20, and they've got wide receivers all over the field.
Snap
Mike drops
set.
back.
He's got
and
pressure.
He's under pressure.
Ball's up, and it's going to be complete to a man standing on the sidelines.
And I don't think that counts for any positive yards, Rob. And I tell you, Reading's got to be careful with a play like that with the fast Indian Hill defense. That's one that can go back to the house in a hurry.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised at all if Reading does not just take a knee here and take it on into the locker room. That was
That's
dangerous
always a
decision.
great suggestion. I'll tell you what, in my early years as a coach, I was given that suggestion right before a game, and I decided to go for it, and it was picked off and taken to the house on me.
Next thing you know, you're down 22-10. And they will take the knee, and that will bring an end to the first half. That's the end of the first half of tonight's contest, folks. At the half, your score is the Indian Hill Braves 15, the visiting Reading Blue Devils 10. Stay tuned, and we will see you after the break.
We're out.
Welcome back, everyone, to Indian Hill High School. I'm Steve Rieger alongside with Rob Guy, bringing you the game right here on the Indian Hill Television Network. The score starting the second half, the Indian Hill Braves lead the Reading Blue Devils by a score of 15-10. And Rob, as we look at the stats, it appears that the Braves did end up winning both quarters.
Yeah, they've really dominated. Total offense, they've had 157 yards for the game, where the Blue Devils actually has 179, so they're pretty much there. Now, time of possession is pretty even, but when you really look at the penalties have killed the Blue Devils so far tonight.
Ever since that opening drive when Reading took the ball right down the field and converted on that 4th and 23, the game has absolutely been dominated on both ends of the ball by Indian Hill, outscoring Reading 15-3 since that opening drive.
Yeah, Pike has thrown for 157 yards tonight, but that was really early, and they've kind of shut them down since the beginning of the game. Now, Blevins is their leading receiver with 117 yards on the night already. Gertz has 31, Barber 9, and Zanders for the Braves, he has a 20-yard reception, and that one was a big one because that was for a touchdown. Other touchdown passes by Blevins for the Blue Devils, he also has one on the evening.
Well, we've got another 24 tough minutes ahead of us as Indian Hill still continues to try to figure out this balanced Reading attack on offense and defense. And as we mentioned before, bragging rights and first place in the CHL are on their line. The Braves win this game, they're going to go 7-1, 6-0 in the CHL, and importantly hand Reading their second loss in the CHL. Whereas if Reading can come back, pull off this win, and I hesitate to call it an upset because Reading was picked to win the game, but that would put them at 6-2, level with the Braves, and importantly, knock them both up at 5-1 in the CHL.
Yeah, the Braves lost a quick one. Beginning of the year, they lost to Clinton Massey, who's still undefeated and is winning. I believe they're first in the region for the playoffs. And a tough Marymount squad who, you know, gave the Braves a little bit of trouble in the beginning, but they were able to run away with the game in the second half.
Now, was it Clinton Massey or was it Purcell that the Braves dropped early this season?
Now, the Braves lost to Purcell, I believe, the second or third game of the season.
I think it was a 17-14 score.
Yeah, and it was a close game, and that was that kind of odd game that was broken up because of the lightning. They had to play the next. Actually, I believe they played on a Sunday.
That's right. There was a lot of games canceled or delayed that night that had to be split and replayed over the weekend. We see Zach Minturn out taking one last practice kick before we start things up in the second half. 24 minutes away from what we hope will be a 7th Indian Hill Braves victory of this season. We've just got one more home game left, and we're on the road next week, I believe, at Wyoming, and then come back to end the season at home against Little Miami.
And they're running out onto the field. Turns. And the Braves will be receiving, it looks like. We have Case Cousineau deep along with Matt McCall, and in the middle, David Kariakis, who had the impressive run in the late in the second quarter to put the Braves up 15-10 on the Reading Blue Devils.
Sure would be a great momentum setter if Indian Hill could come right down the field, chew up some clock, and even if they only put 3 points on the board with a opening field goal, get that all-important 8-point lead over Reading, give them a little bit more of a cushion than they currently have.
And the kick's away. A low line drive, about the 10-yard line.
We're out to the 15, 20, 25. There's a hole out to the 30. Case Cousineau out beyond the 30. Looks to be beyond the 35-yard line.
It looks like about the 37-yard line for the Braves.
Nice return for the sophomore. Well, the Cousineaus sure have been a dynasty here at Indian Hill in football, going back to fullback Court Cousineau, and now with the two current Cousineaus we have, and really dominating other sports as well. Shaden Cousineau being one of the star soccer players we've had here in the past at Indian Hill.
You got Murphy split out wide left. They got split backs. They got some motion, and the handoff to Bobby Schmidt. He's met early, but he's able to drive for what looks to be about 3 yards on the play.
He sure does. Schmidt was hit with early contact and just drove a pile of Reading defenders forward for a good 3 yards.
Cole Cousineau looking to the sideline for the play. Summy Zander runs in with it.
And of course, those two hooked up on that all-important first score. Cousineau to Zanders down at the other end of the field in the corner of the end zone to get the Braves on the board after they trailed early 10-0.
Again, we have the split backs. We had a man wide right. We got motion.
Motion again.
He
to the opposite side.
Got a little option.
Cousineau still has the
Cousineau
ball.
Cuts back.
He's not going to option, and he's going to go down.
He's going to lose what looks to be about 3 yards on the play.
Cousineau had Matt McCaw as a trailer, decided not to opt the ball to him, and perhaps should have, because it looked like there was a little running room. If he'd have gotten the pitch out to McCaw, he could have taken it around the corner. In any event, the Indian Hill Braves are looking at a 3rd and 8 from their 38 here in the opening couple of minutes of the third quarter.
The Blue Devils have broken the huddle, and they're ready for the Braves offense here. They're going to be in the eye. Got two split right. Cousineau under center, takes snap, drops back. Looks like a screen, tight end screen, it's not there. And he's going to be sacked for a big loss.
That is exactly what you referred to earlier. That is a coverage sack. Cousineau looked once, looked twice, saw nothing downfield, finally ended up having to tuck the ball and go down for the loss.
Yeah, that's a play that the Braves usually have pretty good success on there, looking for that tight end screen over here on the left side, but they had it sniffed out and covered up, and Cole just had nowhere to go with that one.
And right out of the chute, it's 3 and out. Indian Hill will have to kick the ball away.
Number 29, Jeff Wiseman's the long snapper here. Sophomore, does a really nice job for the Braves. He snaps it back. Minturn gets it, and it's away. High kick.
Not a very deep kick for Minturn. And it takes a great Indian Hill bounce, rolling all the way past the 30-yard line, and finally rolls out of bounds at around the 27, 28-yard line. The kick itself was not a particularly great kick, but it picked up a good 12, 15 yards on that large bounce.
Yeah, I think Gertz really would have liked to have that one back. He should have fielded that ball to not let it get that extra 10-yard roll on there.
And after a little over 2 minutes, the Indian Hill possession of the first possession of the second half, rather, has come to an end, giving the ball back to Reading. Let's see if the defense can continue to frustrate Tony Pike.
Here comes the quick attack. We had them balanced up, 2 and 2. One back in the backfield. Pike waiting to get the ball snapped to him once the refs get things set.
We did not really see this balanced 2 attack earlier. We were always having 3 to one side.
He's back, ready to receive the ball. He's calling out the signals. He gets it, drops back, and he's looking for the quick hitter.
And nice open field tackle. Ball went out to Adam Blevins. Again, we've called his number repeatedly. And beautiful open field tackle to prevent Blevins from breaking it for a big gainer.
Yeah, he's a senior receiver that Pike really likes to get the ball to. Sure hands, good speed, and he's had quite a season so far this year.
That completion was good for 3 yards. Reading looking at a 2nd and 7 from the 30-yard line. Clock continues to wind. We are under 9.5 minutes, third quarter.
We're balanced again. I wouldn't be surprised to see Blevins underneath on this. No, it's going to be the handoff, and a shoestring tackle by David Kariakis, and he is going to bring him down after a gain of what looks to be about 3 yards. Nice play by Kariakis.
Ball went to Joey Fletcher trying to catch Indian Hill sleeping, and it absolutely did not work. Picks up 2 yards, still looking at a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6 from the 32-yard line.
Yeah, that was a first down saving tackle there, because if he'd have broke that level, there wasn't anyone there for about 10 yards.
Fletcher's having a hard time getting started here in the game so far. Pike has a man.
Got the quick out.
And there is your first down. Nick Berter along the side takes the pass for a nice gain.
And that will pick up the first down for the Blue Devils.
Berter was wide open. He just got lost in that package of receivers. Indian Hill's having to put so much attention on Adam Blevins. Berter just slipped into the side. Berter also something of a good basketball player for Reading. And there he converted a big first down.
And Coach Miner over there at Reading, he's done a great job of getting those basketball-type athletes out to be receivers for him.
You'll see a lot of these same names featured in the winter when we get the basketball
season. A little
season.
play action here.
Pike's got a man.
He throws it deep and picked off by Cole Kuzno.
Cole Kuzno with the interception.
With the tight coverage the Braves had, you knew that was coming soon, either by Brown or Kuzno, and Kuzno will pick the first one off, and Braves will have the ball 1st and 10 on the 40-yard line? No, 30-yard line, excuse me.
Well, that ball just hung up, Rob. That Pike had a man, and the man had Kuzno beat, and the ball just did not get there. It hung up, it died, allowed Kuzno to come back to the ball, beat the receiver to the ball, and come down with the first turnover of the game.
I tell you what, I mean, Pike is a great quarterback, but in high school, that's a tough pass to throw across the field like that without being picked off.
Across the field and across your body, no less. Nonetheless, Indian Hill takes over 1st and 10 on the 28, their second possession of the second half.
Kuzno keeps the ball. Oh!
And as he tries to leap the pile, he is driven back after a short gain out across the 30.
Murphy hustle off the field. Getting ready to run into the next play. Looks like John Brown will be running in the next play.
Still looking for John Brown to pick up that interception we talked about in the first half. Convinced that he is just a fraction short on picking off Tony Pike and taking one to the house. Look for him to make some big defensive plays this half.
Kuzno's giving the plate to the huddle. They break it. So they're going to have 2 wide and go with the wing look here. They'll probably get some motion out of this. I wouldn't be surprised to see Brandon Davis on the motion. And here he comes.
A little better than on
fake.
The first possession.
And he gives it. But Bobby Schmidt stacked up.
Seemed to be a broken play. That play just never really got started. Bobby Schmidt was only able to get about a yard out of it.
Yeah, the Blue Devils line got some penetration there, and he just had nowhere to go.
Kuzno looks to the sideline to see what Coach Seipel wants to do on this important 3rd and 7. Indian Hill on their own 31. Certainly don't want to go 3 and out on your first 2 possessions of the half, put your defense right back out on the field.
Cousineau's giving them play. They break the huddle. They're going to again go with the, what looks to be little offset eye here with receivers all over the field. It's a toss to Davis.
Pitch back.
Davis, nice block by Cole Cousineau.
And the ball appears to be loose. I think Reading has got the ball. We'll see if Davis was down, but the ball does appear to be loose. No signal.
No,
and
they
the referees
signal
do
at the Blue
signal.
Devils.
Reading has recovered a fumble. Davis appeared to be down. I thought he was. The referees disagree. And Reading is going to take over. A huge critical mistake made by the Braves offense. First turnover for Indian Hill. Reading's in great position.
Tough turnover by the Braves, but the defense has to pick it up here and not let down. They got to keep this momentum going here. We need another big play.
Well, it was one of those situations where second effort actually burns you there. Davis appeared to be stacked up and just kept those legs churning. Next thing you know, he's down, the ball's out. Reading's got the ball 1st and 10 on the Indian Hill 37. And here comes Tony Pike, Adam Blevins, and a crew of offensive.
It's like matching up man with a little cloud coverage over top here. Fakes the give.
Pike
Pike's
rolls
rolling.
out.
Get it to Blevins.
And there's Blevins, and he will stay inbounds and be just short of a first down.
Looks like a pickup of what appears to be about 7 yards there.
Eventually driven out of bounds. Blevins did pick up an extra yard or 2 with that quick little move at the end. And you can tell, we said early that Pike was going to be picking on Blevins, was a favorite target, and he has exploited that all night. The Braves have no answer for that connection.
Yeah, a little breakdown on the D-line there. Blevins should not have been able to break the pocket. If they had kept him in the pocket, he may not have been able to make that throw. He's
Reading,
under center for one of the first times tonight.
Reading short yard situation here, 2nd and 2.
And you don't see that a lot by the Blue Devils.
No, you do not. And Reading coming out in a different look, not in the shotgun. The play was screaming a run up the middle. That's exactly what they did. The Indian Hill defense was prepared for it, stopped it, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down for Reading.
And the only teams that have actually been able to move the ball on the Braves this year seem to be the ones that do spread the ball out, because you just can't get anything up the middle on the Braves.
It looks like Pike's going to start out under center once again.
And 3 backs in the backfield. This is a novelty.
We're seeing all kinds of new looks on this drive from Reading.
Now it's the give.
The little shovel pass, and that's going for big yardage. Still rumbling, bubbling, stumbling towards the end zone.
Yeah, 33. Tim Dick, the 5'10", 210-pound senior fullback, he takes the Braves for a ride on that one. And I think they caught the Braves in their nickel package with Jake Kendall in the game. You're going to see Big Will Nolte coming in the game, and Jake Kendall's going to be running out with this short yardage play here.
Well, Tim Dick has Reading all the way down to the 6-yard line. Well, they have a first down, down 5, looking to go in, and
they give the ball to him again. He's stacked up at the yard of scrimmage. Oh no, he breaks free.
Tim Dick is in.
Touchdown. Well, it looked to be a play the refs probably should have blown dead. Keeps moving, driving his feet. He breaks free and scores the touchdown for the Blue Devils.
And just like that, on their 2nd possession of the 3rd quarter, Reading takes a 16-15 lead. And probably a good opportunity to go ahead and go for 2 here. 1 gets you nothing. It gives you a 2-point lead. Go for 2 and convert it. You've now got a field goal lead. We'll see if Reading decides to opt for the 2-point conversion or the PAT.
Yeah, Coach Miner's probably pulling out his little card to see what to go for. And he's going to go for the...
And they're going to go for 2. The card says go for 2 here.
They got 3 right, 1 left.
Big play for the Braves defense.
Snap the Pike. He's rolling to his right.
Pike rolls towards us.
He's looking for Blevins and in the end zone.
There it is. And now, just like that, Reading's got a field goal lead over Indian Hill. Score of 18-15 with 5:48 to go, 3rd quarter.
Yeah, any points is a big deal in this game because it's going to be a dogfight here. That pattern has seemed to be open all night for the Blue Devils. Running Blevins underneath after the receivers run the vertical pattern. It's been there.
Fans, the Indian Hill Schools News Brief program is produced every month in our studio. Each month, a different topic of school interest will be discussed. Your host, Zach Stewart, will provide in-depth views of what's happening in our schools. These programs may be seen right here on ICRC. For playback times, visit www.icrctv.org or call 772-ICRC. That's 772-4272.
Braves kickoff unit has taken the field. We're going to have Kariakis in the middle again. We've got Case Cousineau on the right side and Matt McCall on the left. We'll see where they decide to kick it to this time. Case Kuzno has returned most of them here in the game, and we'll see if he gets it again.
Well, momentum solid in favor of the Blue Devils here, and Braves are going to have to come up with something on offense to quiet
Another
this
short
rather
kick.
raucous visiting crowd.
Case Kuzno is bringing it across the field, back
Sets
up the
some
middle.
blockers. He's out to the 30.
He's knifing.
35. And just short of the 40-yard line. Kind of
Nice
around
return.
37.
Case has done a nice job tonight when he's had the ball in his hands.
He sure has. There's a lot of bright things ahead for that talented sophomore. So Indian Hill will start on offense first and 10 at the 37, looking to answer after that impressive drive by Reading that gave them the 18-15 lead that we hope will be a short-lived lead.
Braves run up to the line. Matt Feigelson runs out wide to the left. We have two to the right and the I backfield again.
Matt Feigelson out towards us.
They fake the give to Davis.
Kuzno
keeps it.
And he's going to be stacked up for a
Yeah,
loss.
he was lassoed for a loss by number 42.
Boy, Reading has really got that play sniffed out now.
Yeah, but Gecki was right there to take him down.
And that's going to cost the Braves some significant yardage. Going to be looking at a 2nd and long.
Sammy Zanders runs into play. We got a 2nd and long. We'll see what Seibel's going to do on this one.
So with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter, the Braves are facing a 2nd and 13 from their own 34-yard line, looking to answer the Reading score.
Matt McCall and Sammy Zanders out to our far right. Davis deep. Snap. Might be a little throwback here. No, he's going to run the ball.
And he's going to take it. And he's back to the original line of scrimmage and not
That's all
more.
he's going to get.
Zanders looked like he had a little room there. Ducked back behind the original line of scrimmage, dart out just past it. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long for Indian Hill.
Little wide receiver screen there. Let's see what Coach Seibel comes up with on this 3rd and long.
Well, the play took a long time to develop. By the time the ball got to Zanders, the Reading defense had a chance to pursue and recover back to the ball. Had that play developed a little faster, Zanders might still be running. We're looking at a 3rd and 8 from the 39. Just over 4 minutes left to go, third quarter. And the raucous visiting crowd from Reading is starting to make some noise. Indian Hill trying to counter.
Got the snap. Kuzno drops back. He's looking to throw the ball.
Kuzno throws, and he does not have a man. The nearest man to that was John Gertz in defense for Reading. Not sure what the problem there was, but there was not an Indian Hill receiver within 15 yards of that pass from Kuzno.
Yeah, I think Kuzno saw he didn't have anything and probably just threw the ball out of bounds to try to avoid a sack or just making a bad play. Minturn's going to run on the field for the Braves for the punt.
Well, the Braves certainly need to pin Reading back deep on this possession. Do not want to give Reading anything to work with. They're already up 3 late in the third quarter.
Again, Jeff Weissman snapping the ball to Minturn. Nice snap, nice kick.
And Minturn gets off a wobbly kick. And
again,
takes an Indian Hill bounce. And we have a flag down, and it is Indian Hill ball. Reading has made a critical error in special teams. I have no idea what Kevin Rack was thinking, but he touched that ball, left the ball in play. Indian Hill has recovered deep in Reading territory. What happened there?
Yeah, he was riding that end out, trying to keep him away from the ball, but he just lost track of it, and it bounces off him, and the Braves are going to recover.
But we still have a flag down. We need to get all this sorted out and figure out. It's clear that Indian Hill's got the ball, but we don't know who the penalty was on yet, what kind of field position Indian Hill's going to end up with.
Yeah, I think they're probably going to decline this penalty. I believe it's against the Blue Devils. We'll see what they call here. I believe it was either pushing them back or a clip on the Blue Devils.
And just like that, the Indian Hill student section fires back up. They've got the thunder sticks working. The band is rocking. Indian Hill is going to have a 1st and 10 on the Reading 24-yard line. Still trying to get the penalty sorted out. And for the life of me, just cannot figure out what number 15 Kevin Rack was thinking in trying to make that play.
Yeah, critical mistake by the Blue Devils. They were on a roll. Now you're going to give the Braves another shot to try to drive the ball down the field, and a very short field at that.
And the dreaded Tomahawk Chop has begun here at Tomahawk Stadium.
The officials are standing around still discussing the play, trying to decide what went on that last play. They must be baffled themselves.
Well, we've got a whole crowd of officials here, and now we've rethrown the flag to spot the play. And as they're conferring again, of course, they don't have the benefit of instant replay, so they're all conferring to try and get this sorted out. And Indian Hill will decline that penalty, as you said, Rob.
Looks like they'll start with the ball at what looks to be the 26-yard line.
Yeah, right around the 24, and already they're in Zach Minturn's field goal range. But don't want to be satisfied with a field goal here that would tie the game. When you get a break like this, you definitely want to go for the jugular. Put the ball
they got to put some points on the board here. They're going with the offset eye here.
Let's see if Cousineau and the Braves offense can cash in on the first really big mistake we've seen made by Reading so far tonight, and it was a special teams play that set this all up.
We got David Kariakis as deep back for the Braves. See if he can get a little magic going like he did the last time he was in.
Feigelson out to the other side.
I think they're trying to spread that defense out a little bit. We might see a handoff to Kariakis here to the right side once we get things here figured out. We're still trying to decide what to do.
And the officials are still trying to figure out where to spot the ball. And we've now moved the ball down to the 18-yard line. Somehow in all of that confusion, the Braves picked up 6 yards.
Yeah, you got to like the yards that are picked up before the ball's even snapped. That's a nice job by the officials there.
And while we wait, the Indian Hill parent section is getting loud and crazy. Like to see their support for their Indian Hill Braves.
Okay, he's running over to the Reading sideline to explain what he's calling to Ken Miner. Ken Miner's walking out the field to meet him. We'll see if he's going to be happy with what's explained.
Ken Miner does not seem to be too happy at all with the explanation he's getting from the officials here.
Yeah, Ken's done a great job over at Reading over the years. You know, always able to get the athletes out for his team. You know, he's starting to build a dynasty over there, and they've really got it rolling this year. We'll see if they can keep this lead.
Okay, so it looks like when we get everything settled out, we're going to have Braves 1st and 10, ball on the 18-yard line, momentum solidly behind the Braves. We are live from Tomahawk Stadium. It is homecoming, and the Braves are looking to take a score that would put them in the lead for the first time in the second half since Reading took that early lead.
Toss David Kariakis. He cuts behind his
Kariakis
blockers.
cuts back, and he has a few blockers.
And he's going to pick up a yard or two, but that's going to be about it.
Once again, that play was very slow to develop. Kariakis used his blockers well, picked up some positive yardage. Certainly, if you don't punch the ball in the end zone here, you want to leave yourself in a good position for Minturn to kick the game-tying field goal.
Piles finally clearing up off the ground there. Number 57, Andy Poe was on the stop and late to get up there. Braves coming to the line. You have Sean Murphy to the right and McCall to the left.
Braves facing a 2nd and 8 from the 16-yard line.
Cousineau under center. He keeps the ball.
Cousineau keeps.
And he is.
And Cousineau sheds 2 tacklers, but will gain just about back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe picks up a yard.
Yeah, he was tracked down from the backside by the defensive end. And that slowed him down enough for the other Reading Blue Devils to get to the stop.
We are now down under 3 minutes here in the third quarter. Indian Hill facing a 3rd and 7 from the 15.
It's going to be a big down for the Indian Hill Braves. They really need to turn this or get this one. They haven't been that good on third downs. They're only 1 for 8 tonight.
Well, they sure do need to convert this 3rd down here.
We got offset eye. Kariakis deep for the Braves. Cousineau takes a snap, fakes a toss. He was looking for
broken play. Cousineau scrambling, and he is. If he goes down, they're out of field goal range.
We got a flag.
We got a flag. That's probably going to be a hold on Indian Hill.
Yeah, that's coming back. We had a clip on a Braves lineman who knew that, you know, he was trying to protect his quarterback. He clips the defender, and we're going to have that one coming back, and it looks like 15 yards on that one.
Yeah, and that may very well take the Braves right back out of field goal range. As we're seeing now, both teams making some critical mistakes here in the third quarter.
So we're going to have 3rd and quite a few. All right, running in some new players here on offense. Feigelson and Schmidt are both out of the game. Looks like they're looking for a little more speed in the lineup.
The ball's coming all the way back to the 40-yard line on that costly penalty on that broken play.
It is 3rd and forever. Zumby Zanders running out that looks like he'll be under center here.
Forever being 32 yards here. Hopefully the Braves can at least get some of this back, and if not convert the first down, then perhaps at least get back in a reasonable field goal range.
Kuzno in the slot here. Zanders, and they're bringing it after him. He escapes and gets the ball off, and the Braves will get some of the yardage back, but not everything.
Sanders completes to Kuzno, and it looks like not even back to the original line of scrimmage.
No, it's 4th and a country mile here. They're going to run Zach Minturn out, and it looks like he's got the block, so they're going to try to kick this one.
Okay, the ball's spotted on the 29-yard line, so this is just at the edge of Minturn's field goal range.
And they're set.
A 47-yard field
Snap,
goal attempt.
Set, the kick. Oh!
And it is a low kick.
Yeah, it looked like a poor spot and a bad hit by Minturn.
Now
Not
that's
a good
the second kick tonight that Minturn's not been able to put through the uprights, and that will leave us at Reading 18, Indian Hill 15 with a minute 24 to go, 3rd quarter. Well, when you get a break like that on a special teams screw up by Reading, you just absolutely have to take advantage of that situation. Indian Hill did not. Costly penalties, broken plays that finally culminate in a missed field goal opportunity. Reading gets the ball back 1st and 10 on their 20. They have the 3-point lead late in the 3rd quarter.
Pike is back. He's making the calls. He's waiting for the snap, and he drops back. He's looking for Blevins on the out.
And there
he's got him.
Blevins.
And that has been here all night. That has been here all night, and Blevins again with another catch.
The Braves have just been unable to find a solution for the connection between Tony Pike and Adam Blevins. Blevins again picks up 9 big yards, giving Reading a 2nd and short as the clock winds under a minute in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, with Pike with that big arm, I mean, they've got to respect the verticals, but then they're running Blevins right in underneath them, getting those yardage.
Well, they're just nickel and diming the Braves defense to death here.
They're going to give it
and a little
to
shovel
33,
pass.
And he's going to have the first down.
And Tim Dick took that little shovel pass of sorts from Tony Pike and just rambled forward, picked up about 4 or 5 yards, takes it out, actually about 6 yards, takes it out to the 35-yard line, where Reading will set up 1st and 10. They've got good field position, they've got the ball moving, and they've got the lead as we near the end of the 3rd quarter.
They're going back to their trips look. Tim Dick's in the backfield.
It's be about a good time for John Brown to pick up that
Kariakis on the rush. Pike breaks contain, and he gets it to Blevins again.
Blevins again, another 5 yards, and lucky not to draw a flag there. Wow, right in front of the Reading bench, Kuzno puts a hit on Blevins to drive him out of bounds. The Reading team wanted the late hit. Looked to be a clean hit, no flag thrown. But once again, Reading facing a 2nd and makeable situation.
And the Braves really need to stop here. We got 22 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
In a suddenly quiet Tomahawk Stadium.
They're going back with the trips look. Blevins is the inside receiver, so we could definitely see him on and out again, or he might run something down the middle to change it up. It's given to Dick.
They stay to the ground again, and Dick takes it forward for another first down.
Another first down.
2 carries, 2 conversions.
And that's uncharacteristic of the Braves D-line. Usually they're pretty tough on the run. But I think they've got their ears pinned back right now trying to get the Pike.
And just like that, Reading's got a 1st and 10 on the 47-yard line. Seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter with all-important time ticking off the clock as Reading has the lead and the ball. Momentum solidly behind the Blue Devils. Indian Hill yet to score in the 2nd half.
It looks like they're going to wait for the clock to run out.
Smart move by the Blue Devils. And as they begin to show the sign for the 4th quarter, Reading appears to be content to let the clock run out for the 3rd quarter. We'll go to the 4th quarter with the score, the visiting Reading Blue Devils 18, your Indian Hill Braves 15.
And they're going to have to rally the troops here. They need a big stop or a big turnover here.
Fans' coverage of Braves football on the Indian Hill Television Network wouldn't be possible without the generous support of the Indian Hill Boosters, the PTO, and the ICRC. Their grants have provided us with the equipment to bring Indian Hill sports off of the field and into the community. And we appreciate all that they've done to develop our television programming.
And they're the cheerleaders here. Great support for the Braves. They've done a great job this year. I think they've come away with a little bit of hardware themselves this year.
We have a nice large crowd here at Tomahawk Stadium tonight. It is homecoming, and this is in a pivotal battle for control of the CHL that at the moment is slightly under the control of the Reading Blue Devils.
Now there's Chip down in the stands. He's got a little different view tonight, not being up here with us. Enjoying the game from the bleachers. First time in quite a while for him. Usually he's up here.
And if that results in an Indian Hill loss, we're going to have to get him right back up here in the booth.
And that's what I'm with you. We've got trips right. Dick is still in the backfield.
Reading with the ball, 1st and 10 on the 47-yard line.
And to give the Dick up the middle again, and he's
this time it
stopped.
goes nowhere. Went to the well once too often. In fact, it looks like Dick may have lost about a half a yard. Going to bring up a 2nd and long for the Blue Devils. And all of a sudden, Dick is being featured prominently in the running game for Reading. And we've seen very little from number 4, John Gertz, who had several carries and catches in the first half. I don't know if Gertz perhaps suffered an injury.
All right, he's dropping the
and
fake.
Pike's got a man.
He's looking for Blevins
and
deep, and
ball,
Blevins just falls on his own.
Oh, and the flag
my!
thrown in.
That is, oh my! What was he watching? That is terrible.
As Blevins trips over his own 2 feet and falls to the ground, flag is thrown, and the Braves are going to be charged with pass interference.
Oh my goodness! He just fell over himself, and the ref's going to call it. See if we're going to get a replay on this. And I don't think we really need a replay to see how bad that call was.
I don't think we've got this one on replay.
Yeah, that was not a good call.
Let's see.
Although it looks like they might be picking him up here.
Let's see what the call is. Now he's beginning to.
Yeah. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils on a very questionable call.
Seems like Blevins found a little gopher hole, fell into it, and the Braves are going to suffer the penalty for it. Nevertheless, right out of the chute in the start of the 4th quarter, Reading's driving 1st and 10 on the 37. They've got some momentum.
Pike with the ball. He drops. He's looking for Blevins again in the flats, and what are they going to? No, it is incomplete.
Kuzno on the coverage.
Now, Blevins definitely had his man beat last play, but he did. He tripped on his own, and he got a bunny there with the refs. They gave him the flag, and they've got the ball.
Boy, a score here is really going to put the Braves behind the 8 ball. It's going to be very difficult to come back on Reading at this stage, this late in the game, and get 2 scores. Braves have to hold Reading to a no score or a worst-case scenario, a field goal here, or a touchdown could still beat him.
Pike takes a snap. He drops back.
Looking for Blevins again.
It's
Ball is
up
tipped
here and intercepted. Bobby Schmidt.
Rumbles, bumbles, stumbles. He's at the 50, at the 45, at the 40, down to the 30-yard line. He's at the 35. Bobby Schmidt with the interception and run back. Indian Hill is back in business, trailing 18-15. They'll have a 1st down deep in Reading territory.
Bobby Schmidt with the interception.
Let's see if we can get this on replay, Rob.
Yeah, here it is.
Oh, we're catching it late in the play here. Early on, there was a tip at the offensive line. Bobby Schmidt was in the right place at the right time. We didn't see the tip on the replay there, but he just rumbles for a good 30 yards, and all of a sudden, Tomahawk Stadium has come to life.
Bobby's got a nose to the ball. He's always around it, and that time it paid off for him. We're
Braves
going to end up in
looking
the eye.
at a 1st and 10
David
from the
Kariakis
35.
deep.
Braves want to go for the jugular right here. Put the ball in the end zone.
They give it to Bobby again. He's going to pick up a few more.
Braves have to be thinking touchdown here after Minturn has missed 2 field goals so far today. Got to think his confidence might be a little bit shot tonight. Of course, they have both been long field goals.
Yeah, look, they got the long snapper's over. He's snapping, but they're getting ready if they need him.
Braves facing a 2nd and 8 from the 33. We are under 10.5 minutes in the 4th quarter. Braves down 3 in this battle for 1st place in the CHL.
We got the eye again. David Kariakis deep for the Braves. Who's under center. He takes snap. He rides the fullback. He's trying to follow him up, and they stack him up.
Boy,
Maybe a gain of 1 at the most.
Tough yards in the middle. Cousineau just not finding anything to exploit there.
Yeah, they are sniffing it out down there.
And we're now looking at a 3rd and 7 from the 32 as Cousineau picks up 1. Braves definitely need to convert this 3rd down here. It'd be a long field goal again for Minturn, who's missed 2 so far today.
Murphy runs the play in, gives it to Cousineau. Cousineau goes to the huddle, and he's making the call. The Blue Devils have broken theirs, and they're ready for the Braves.
Clock winds under 10 minutes as the Braves come to the line.
We got the eye. Kariakis deep. Cousineau under center. Snap.
Kariakis
Looking
Cousineau's
for the
gonna
pass.
Passes up.
McCall, he comes up
McCall
with it.
has the catch.
Nice move. He's
McCall
still
still
on
on his feet. It takes 4 men to bring him down.
And he gets the ball down to the 7-yard line. Finally stopped by number 57, Andy Poe, who has made quite a few stops for the Blue Devils, but not where he'd like to have stopped him.
I tell you, Rob, the pass from Cousineau was not pretty. The catch from McCall was beautiful, and he squirmed and squirted, and it took 4 Reading defenders to bring him down. Finally brought down around the 8-yard line as Indian Hill's facing a 1st and goal from the 8. They've got to punch it in here, Rob.
And they're going to stay in the eye. They've got 2 left and 1 right.
And the Tomahawk Chop has begun at Tomahawk Stadium. These fans are fired up.
They give the ball to Schmidt, and he's still rumbling.
Schmidt's still on his feet.
And they blow it
being
dead.
gang tackled. Looks like he picked up. He's inside the 5-yard line. Boy, I tell you, this deep in this end of the field, I would not want to be on the receiving end of Bobby Schmidt.
No, when he gets the ball, he is a load to bring down.
Well, this is just power on power here. It's the big package the Braves are putting in. They're facing a 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line. They've got to punch the ball in here.
They break the huddle. They got split backs. Bobby Schmidt behind Cole Cousineau. Got motion. They give it to Schmidt, and he's stopped with what looks like no gain, maybe 1.
Boy, Reading is just daring Indian Hill to do anything other than run off tackle with Bobby Schmidt. And they're just flooding the box, and they're bringing Schmidt down after very short gains. Looks like Schmidt maybe picks up 1 yard. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 6 as the clock winds to the 8-minute mark in the 3rd quarter.
Zombie Sanders runs the play in.
If nothing else, if the Braves are unable to convert this 3rd and goal, Minturn is in great position for a potential game-tying field goal, much shorter than the 2 very long ones he's been asked to kick so far tonight.
See if this very tough offensive line for the Braves are able to clear a hole for.
Cousineau doesn't like what he sees, and he's going to call timeout.
They're going to think this one over.
Looks like the Reading coach comes sprinting out onto the field.
He's trying to rally his troops. He needs to stop here. At least hold him to 3.
Boy, Ken Miner looked like an All-American running back as he came sprinting onto the field to rally his defense. He knows that this might be the ball game right here. It's still early in the 4th quarter, but points have been hard to come by tonight, and touchdowns are at a premium. Indian Hill can pick up 1 here. They can take a very important lead. Fans, let us know what you think of Braves football on the Indian Hill Television Network by calling our viewer feedback phone at 272-4590. Phone lines are open 24 hours a day, so give us a call. Let us know how we're doing.
All right, the Braves have broken the huddle. We're getting ready to spot the ball, and the rest is going to blow it live here in a second.
All right, Rob, this is what we call the pivotal moment in the game thus far. Braves looking at a 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line, down 3 to the visiting Blue Devils.
And he's rolling out. We got a little
keeps.
sprint out. He throws to McCall. And did he bring it in? No.
No.
He's saying it trapped, hit the ground.
Looked
no
like McCall
good.
might have had a brilliant catch. The ref signals that the ball had touched the ground. That will bring up 4th down. The Braves have got to kick it here, Rob.
That was a great call. Just couldn't get the ball off the turf. Nice call. A little sprint out. You know, they weren't expecting it, but couldn't get the ball.
It's going to be up to Zach Minturn to be able to put it through the uprights and level this game at 18. If he can do so, we'll start all over at the 7:46 mark.
Zombie Sanders is going to be setting the ball for him.
The crowd reaction will tell you whether the ball has gone through the
Snap.
uprights.
Set. Looks good.
It's up.
And this
It's
is a tie
good.
ball game.
We start all over again, folks, at 7:43 in the 4th quarter here at Tomahawk Stadium. We are knotted up 18 apiece between the Braves and the Blue Devils.
There goes the fireworks. Yeah, Coach Seipel has to be happy with that. Get a little confidence back for his kicker if he needs him later on in the game.
We've played 3.5 quarters, folks, and we have resolved absolutely nothing as these two seemingly equally matched teams have at each other. We could be potentially looking at an overtime scenario here at Tomahawk Stadium. Well, the crowd was just desperate for something to cheer about, Rob, as Reading came out in that third quarter, picked up that important touchdown, regained the lead. Now we start all over.
Yeah, the Braves defense definitely dodged a bullet with the pass interference call. Got it down deep in their territory, but they're able to get the ball with the tip and the interception, and we're able to turn it into some points.
And as the Indian Hill cheerleaders do the requisite push-ups to count off the score, we stand at 18-18 halfway through the fourth quarter. Braves set to kick off to the Blue Devils.
The Blue Devils, they've got number 4, Dennison back, number 4, Gertz back, and also number 27, John Barber back.
You feel like putting in a little overtime tonight, Rob? Can you smell a little extra period here?
We might see it tonight. As Zach Minturns waits to put this one in play. Braves come set. Minturn sprints towards the ball, and he lets it go.
Good kick.
He's going to fall about the 10-yard line. Gertz picks it up.
Gertz has
He's
got some
speed.
blockers.
He's got the left side. He's breaking
Gertz
free.
has got the corner.
And Minturn will stop him and drive him out of bounds about the 48-yard line. I tell you, that's one thing I like about Zach. He does not shy away from contact. He
sure
came up
doesn't.
and hit him.
But that is the second time in the second half that on a kickoff that the Blue Devils have run the ball nearly to midfield. That's just too many yards that they're able to tear off as the Braves special team still struggles to find a solution for number 4, Adam Gertz.
Yeah, they don't want to let Pike have a short field. You want him to work with the entire field, so that way you got a chance to pick one off or do something against it.
The last time down to the field, the Braves were able to turn the Blue Devils over. Let's see if they can get a turnover now, take the ball back the other way, and we can put this baby to rest.
They balance it up. We got 2 each side, 1 in the backfield. Got the snap, and it's going to be a
Pike
handoff.
hands off.
Number 9, Joey Fletcher with the carry for what looks to be about 2 yards. It'll be second and about 7.
Reading probably content here to take the ball down, get a score, and at the same time run off as much clock as they possibly can. They don't want to leave Cole Cousineau and the Indian Hill offense with a whole lot of time left to work.
We got 3 wide left, 1 right. Pike
Second
waits
and
for the
6.
snap. He takes it. He's going to roll to his left. And their pursuit, a bad throw, and the closest person there was Brandon Hammer on the play.
And
Nearly
Pike
picks that one
heard
off.
footsteps. You could see the pursuit was closing. Pike heard the footsteps through an ill-advised pass, which will bring up a 3rd and 6 for Reading from the 48-yard line.
Well, when you see the crew of Molden, Kariakis, Schmidt, and Feigelson coming at you, you want to get rid of the ball, so you are not going to be hit.
Well, that's like a jailbreak.
Yeah, they seem to have done a lot better keeping Pike in the pocket. Rolling him really hasn't been effective.
Bobby Schmidt looks to see what play they're calling. John Brown goes to the sideline.
They're balanced up again. Pike's ready to take the snap. He's going to drop. He's looking for the quick cross.
And no flag that time.
Levens
Good
comes
coverage
up
on
short.
the Indian Hill defense. Reading wanted a flag needed to be thrown. Great coverage by the Indian Hill secondary, which will first force a 4th down. Reading will have to punt.
And Brandon Molden lets Pike know he was there again when Pike hits the turf.
David Kariakis signaling to the fans to make some noise in support of their Braves. Braves are going to get the ball back with less than 7 minutes to go.
We're going to have Cole Cousineau and Andrew Kariakis deep for the Braves. We'll see where we kick it to this time. Not a lot of effective punts by the Reading Blue Devils yet tonight.
Oh, and not a terribly good snap, and I thought that kick was going to be blocked.
And they're going to let it bounce, and it will go into the end zone.
Did it? It looked like it, yes, it just cut the corner of the end zone. Dangerous play there. That ball could have easily hopped out at the 1 or 2 yard line. The Braves will get it on the 20 with 6:46 to go in the fourth quarter.
They've got a long way to go here. 80 yards to pay dirt, and we'll see if they're able to capitalize on this turnover.
We'd like to see here from the Braves is a nice clock-consuming drive, a ball-controlling drive that chews up a good 6.5 minutes off the clock, and results in a touchdown and would put the Braves comfortably ahead.
Looks like we're going to see a different fullback on this down. We got Alex Cole in the ball game. They're giving Bobby Schmidt a well-needed break.
You know Bobby Schmidt's still going to figure in this game at some point.
Oh, it's a little counter there by McCall. He's going to pick up what looks to be about 5 yards.
And McCall with the
Nice
fresh legs
play.
tears off a good 5 yards. Bring up second and makeable for the Braves offense.
They show Flo going to the right, and they hand it back to the left, and they're able to get a crack there and get about 6 yards on the play.
McCall has really been featured in the Braves offensive attack this half. He's caught some critical passes and just missed a connection down at the other end a few moments ago that would have put the Braves 4 points ahead. Second and 4 from the 26.
Cousineau keeps the
Cousineau
ball.
keeps,
And
evades two
not able
tacklers,
to make
and
anything
then
out of it. Number 57, Andy Poe, is there to stop Cousineau.
Cousineau just had no help. He took the ball to the side, evaded two tacklers, was surrounded, had no blockers in front of him. Actually ended up, looked like he might have lost a yard there. And number 4, John Gertz, in the Reading defense, seems to be hobbling a little bit. Perhaps the Braves can take advantage of that, find him, call his number, and exploit that. It's 3rd and 5 from the 25 as the clock winds to the 5:30 mark in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see the Braves have a nice long drive here. You don't want to get the ball back in the Pike's hands. He's already got 193 yards on the night.
See if they don't look out here to Sean Murphy one-on-one on Gertz.
They give it to Cole. Oh, and he is stopped.
Alex Cole picks up
Number
maybe a yard.
33, Tim Dick on the stop, and he stops him quick. We're going to have a 4th down and short, and they're going to run the punting team onto the field.
And Dave Kariakis very upset that they're choosing to punt, but I'll tell you, Rob, at this stage of the game and in this field position, you have no choice. You can't afford to make a mistake here.
No, not with almost 5 minutes remaining and putting the ball in the hands of a very dangerous quarterback.
So Reading will get the ball back with approximately 4.5 minutes to go and should get good field position as Indian Hill's kicking from deep in their own territory.
It's away. Nice high kick. Gertz is going to field it at the 35.
Gertz fair caught it, at the 35-yard line. And I think Gertz is still a little hobbled from that previous defensive series. He certainly had a 5-yard buffer zone between the first defender, and he chose to fair catch it and not take the contact.
Defense taking the field. They need a good set of downs here. They can't let Pike start moving the ball.
Reading will have the ball 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line with 4.5 minutes to go.
Devils sprint onto the field into position. They got trips left, split right. They're going to have Dick in the backfield with Pike. Let's see what they can do.
Tony Pike takes a look at the Indian Hill defense, calls the play, and he'll hand off to Dick right up the middle. And that play, good for about 2-3 yards. Looked like it was going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Second effort, Dick is able to carry the entire pile forward for about a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, he's a nice running back. When he gets the ball, he's really churning those legs. With his size, being 5'10", 210, he's able to move the pile a little bit.
So that'll set up a 2nd and 7 from the 38 for Reading. As they've got about 4 minutes left to work with, Indian Hill's got to get the ball back.
Pike's calling out the signals. He balances it up, 2 on each side. Dick in the backfield. He takes the snap, and he's going to hand it off. No, play action. He's looking back,
and
he
he's
throws
got a
it.
deep
No
throw.
way.
And there wasn't a receiver anywhere within about 3 acres of that throw.
We're going to have 3rd and about 7 yards. Will Nolte comes jogging out of the game.
Looked like Reckman got held up on that play there, Rob.
Yeah, with the line they have, you got to be doing something to keep them away from Pike. We got 4 down linemen.
Braves are facing a 3rd and 7 the Devils 3rd and 7 from the
Kariakis
38.
stepping them to a gap. He's going to come. It's a jailbreak.
Pressure comes.
Little screen, and it's stopped by David Kariakis. He sniffed it out, and he'll stop it, and it'll be a loss of about 1 yard, it looks like.
David Kariakis is one fired-up Brave as he made an important play that's going to get the Braves the ball back with 3.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, Kariakis started to go. He must have felt the pressure. He drops back, and he's able to stop Dick for no gain.
Reading's going to be forced to punt as they're facing a 4th and 7 from the 38. Clock under the 3.5 mark. Braves will get the ball back. Low snap.
He gets it off.
Low
it's
kick.
A line drive. Cousineau takes it, and he's going to be stopped at what looks at the 30-yard line.
Cousineau initially hit at the 35, driven all the way back to the 30-yard line. It was a low snap, a low kick, no hang time whatsoever. Indian Hill did not have an opportunity to set up the blocking scheme that they wanted.
No, he had no time to return it. They were on him, and they stop him right where he catches it pretty much.
Looks like they're going to mark the ball at where he initially caught it, giving him his forward progress at the 34, where the Braves will face a 1st and 10. Sean Murphy comes sprinting onto the field. The Braves have 3 minutes, 11 seconds to do something about this 18-18 tie here in the 4th quarter at Tomahawk Stadium.
They break the huddle. They're in the offset eye. McCall in the slot and Murphy in the split. McCall motions. It's going to be the hand back to Kariakis.
Kariakis has got the corner, and he's going to be just short.
It looks to be about 6 yards. Nice play.
Initially, play didn't look like it was going anywhere. Kariakis was able to get the corner and turned it upfield for nice yardage.
Yeah, that's a play that they ran with McCall the last series, and they're having some success with it.
And importantly, it stops the clock at the 3:04 mark as time begins to become a factor here. The Braves looking to drive for a score that would put them ahead very late in this pivotal CHL battle.
Name of the game, Zummy Zanders comes in with the play.
Braves are looking at a 2nd and 3rd from the 42-yard line. Kariakis was able to pick up 7 yards on that nice first play of the drive.
Yeah, Zanders and McCall out to the right. We're going to hand it off to Schmidt. Schmidt finds some daylight.
And Schmidt's got the first
down. And he's still rumbling.
And Schmidt just
picks up about 15
defenders.
yards on the play. Nice play, nice blocking, and the Braves are driving the ball.
Zummy Zanders and John Gertz mixing it up a little bit on this side of the field. Starting to get a little chippy down there as the score is tied. A lot of bragging rights at stake here. The Braves now looking at a 1st and 10 from Reading's 43. The clock winds under the 3-minute mark. The Braves are on the warpath.
Yeah, you got 22 very competitive football players down there. They're going to have to fight and scratch for this one.
Cousineau snap.
Gives it to Schmidt.
Bobby
He
Schmidt
picks
again.
up, 3 yards?
The clock continues to wind as Schmidt takes it forward for a couple of yards. Down about the 2.5-minute mark. Braves marching into Reading territory. And important to note, the Braves do not need a touchdown here. Just get within range for Zach Minturn. Let him boot the ball home for the game-winning field goal. And we'll take this one to the house. Braves looking at 2nd and 8 from the 41. And starting to seem like Bobby Schmidt time here in the 4th quarter.
Got split backs, motion. They look at the hand back.
Broken play.
But, yeah, it didn't really develop the way they had hoped, and I think Reading was sitting on that one. They knew that was probably coming.
Well, it seemed like Cousineau couldn't decide between Kariakis and Schmidt, and they got a little hung up that allowed the Reading defense time to pursue back to the ball and break that down. That goes for a loss of 3, brings it back to the original line of scrimmage. So the Braves are looking at a 3rd and 10 from the 43. Clock now under the 2-minute mark. Yeah, time is an obstacle.
Yeah, they really need to pick up a 1st down here. That'd be critical.
Braves
they are
facing
2 of 12 right now on 3rd down.
Excuse me, Rob. Braves are facing a tough, inspired Reading, and we've got a flag on the play, and that's either going to be an illegal substitution or delay of game on the Braves. It's going to drive them 5 yards further back and set up a tough 3rd and 15 from the 48.
Yeah, and when you see that, you know, it also gives them the element of surprise, and when they call the flag, it stops it because they had Zanders coming up under center.
Boy, that's just a momentum killer. Stopping the clock at 1:28. That's going to be 5 costless. Flag is waved off. But nevertheless, Rob, you're right. That does give Reading time to recover. Even though there is no penalty, that definitely works in Reading's favor.
And you might see a switch up on the plays here. They don't want to let them see what's coming.
So it's still 3rd and 10 from the 43. Clock